Tyson Fury, Floyd Mayweather, Canelo Alvarez. Just hearing these names makes you think money and the hundreds of millions of dollars, pounds or Saudi riyals in boxing. But that's at the top. At the bottom, it isn't quite the same. Even for those on the rise, there's not an awful lot of cash in the boxing world. And if you're just starting out, well, it can be a very costly exercise indeed. But don't take my word for it. Here's the former European champion, talkSPORT's Spencer Oliver.
You're turning professional and you're boxing, let's say, York Hall on a non-televised fight. You have to sell tickets to earn any money, but you have to cover the wages of your opponent as well. So if you don't have the ability to be able to sell enough tickets, you effectively have to pay to fight.
A far cry then from Jake Paul facing Mike Tyson in 2024, when the purse was reported to be around £48 million. But the vast amounts of cash lining the top dog's pockets isn't the norm in a typical fight.
Let's say you're lucky and you get between 5 and 10 grand. You're going to get 10 grand max for that. 10% goes to the trainer, 25% goes to the manager. Then we've got the tax man to pay as well. So we're cutting that money in at least half. So now you've got 5 grand for a 10-week camp. So you're talking about a guy here earning, he might be clearing 500 quid a week. How do you support a family on that? So boxers chase the dream. And, you know, there's probably 2% of them that actually make it.
So say you do make it and you start to rise up the ranks. Strikers Boxing, a training academy, says the mid-tier fighters can earn more, somewhere between £10,000 and £50,000 a fight, depending on record, profile, opponent and popularity of weight class. It's only at the top level does the real cash start flowing in, with the top-tier professionals, i.e. those going for titles, earning 6 figures a fight. Something else you'll have heard of is the terms prize fighter or journeyman. A prize fighter is, as it sounds, someone who picks up fights where they can and gets a nice big check if they win. Journeymen are the fighters who take on up-and-comers, effectively used for experience in the ring. Even if they're going up against the real prospects, a young Anthony Joshua, for example, these guys will be lucky to earn more than 10 grand. So the average boxer isn't as rich as you'd think.
And there it is.
Look, Mike Jennings has written us a message.
Yeah, okay, mine
says,
Mike.
Straight into it today, please, gents. Been up since 6,
Oh,
bored. Yeah. Please don't delay the weekend more than needed. So if not for us, for Mike Jennings, straight into it today, please.
So, I mean, if this is meant to be the big morning switch on, then what on earth is this?
But for Mike Jennings, people. Not for us, not for me, not for you.
Mike
not
Jennings
for
has been in touch, for goodness
sake. Not for the rest
sake.
of the world. Mike Jennings says straight into it. Thank you so much.
Straight into
That's
it.
what we needed. Make him the head of talkSPORT. Mike Jennings for president.
The greatest
That's what
ever
I say.
MJ, Mike Jennings.
Here we go. Absolutely. All right, focus everybody. Freck
Here we
says,
go.
can the 8-bit specialist really do 12 bits? It's time to find out. Here we go. Good morning, everybody. Welcome to the world's biggest sports radio station. This is talkSPORT. My name's Max Rushden. Alongside me, Charlie Baker. And Charlie, this is just any warm-up.
This is the double award-winning, award-retired warm-up, Max, on Saturday, the 29th of November, 2025, and at 12:30, it's Stoke City versus Hull City in the Championship. It's a talkSPORT 2 exclusive, presented by Max Scott. Commentary from Joe Shannon and former Liverpool women's striker Courtney Sweetman Kirk, the OB producer. It's Joe Shannon. Go get it. And then at 13 o'clock, it's Game Day Live with Forget It.
Forget about it, you
The best in the business, Adrian, the best in the business, Durham, Troy Deeney and Martin Keown. It's on talkSPORT. Adrian, forget it, Durham, with all the goals as they go in from the Premier League and the EFL, including Brentford, the Bees, versus Burnley, the Clarets, Manchester City, the Citizens, versus Leeds United, the Whites, and Sunderland, the Black Cats, versus Bournemouth, the Cherries, plus a classified results service at 17:15. Notabaladze. Adrian is at Manchester City, Troy is at Sunderland, and Martin is at Brentford. At 15 o'clock, it's Coventry v Charlton in the Championship. It's a talkSPORT 2 exclusive.
Not on UK TV.
It is not on UK TV.
It is not on UK
Not on
TV.
UK TV. Go get it! It's presented by Max Scott. Commentary from Ian the Duke of Nuts for Danter and former Arsenal winger Perry Groves, the OB producer. It's Ian Danter! Woo! Go get it! And then at 20 o'clock, it's Tottenham v Fulham in the Premier League. It's a talkSPORT exclusive, presented by Faye Carruthers. Commentary from Sam, the sausage gilet man, Matterface, and former England captain Stuart, Psycho Pierce, the OB producer. It's Declan McCarthy. Go get it! It's Big Ticket, live, Championship and Premier League action. You can't afford to miss.
Adam's been in touch. 3
Okay.
hours of warm-up is too much warm.
Too many. It's one.
Charlie might burst from the sheer amount of radio bubbling up from his
lot, isn't
innards. It's unsustainable. Aaron says, I really don't know why, but this is really my favourite time of the week.
Okay.
Always find myself having a laugh with you, pair of plums.
Oh, that's nice.
Keep.
Are you allowed to say
keep
pair
doing
of
what you're
plums?
doing.
It's
Say
10
again?
o'clock on a Saturday morning. We're allowed to say pair of plums.
I think we are. I don't know what you're insinuating. Dan says, 10 o'clock start, no footballer game or Barry tomorrow. Mike Jennings is furious. The weekend is a
Jennings.
write-off. I'm going back to bed. I've delayed my Saturday morning run by an hour, says Dean, to listen to the usual intro, only for Mike Jennings to ruin
Mike
it.
Jennings.
Game's gone.
Mike Jennings has
says
got
Dean
involved and
carefully.
he spoilt the morning, Mike.
Don't get involved, Mike Jennings. No, I think...
Daniel's been in touch. I made my wife watch this today.
Oh.
I mean, imagine, where's your life come to? Hey.
Hello, Mrs. Daniel. Hello, Mrs. Daniel Dean.
Mrs. Daniel Dean.
Welcome.
Mrs. Dean.
I hope we didn't disappoint.
Could you
This
call
is
in,
all we can
actually?
do.
Daniel, could you get your wife to call in to speak to us, tell us what she thought of the whole intro to the
intro?
show?
Yeah.
If she's interested in the... It's trying to get you to listen to the rest of the show. The Sizzler. Not the Sizzler, he's not here. The Sizzler, trying to get you to listen to the rest of the show. And I wonder if Mrs. Dean is interested. Is this the sort of thing women like, Max? I've got it on my Instagram. I need to get more women on my Instagram. My Instagram at the moment is 85% men. I need more women.
Dear
What do
Charlie.
women like? This?
Is that your text? Is that your text subject?
What do women like?
You-
8,
are
10,
you
89.
serious? Lord help us.
Let's find out. What do women like?
We
8,
welcome
10, 89.
everybody,
Women
I
only on the
suspect.
phones.
Okay. Oh, that's all we want on the phones. Just women.
And what do you
with
and what do you like?
8,
Tell us what you like. Candles? I think they like candles.
Oh, come on, Charlie.
They do like candles.
They like football.
I know they like football. I know that. That's a given.
That's
unsaid. What else
Mike
do they
Jennings
like?
has been in touch.
I do loads of football on my Instagram. Oh, I'm interested in how I'm going to fish them in.
Mike Jennings says
Morning,
weekend
Mike.
started. There we go.
Weekend ruined, Mike.
Sean says Mike Jennings needs to listen to this to hear what we suffer as a nation with you two lunatics.
Okay.
So one of us is rubbish and one is arrogant, Charlie. Which way round do you think it is?
Hello, we're rubbish, and I'm rubbish, and he's arrogant.
And I'm arrogant. Welcome.
Panto season coming up. Very good, yeah.
What would you rather?
I think I'd be rubbish. I don't know. I don't know. Up to you.
Or do you secretly, are you quite cocky about all of this?
I'm very cocky.
Secretly.
Very cocky about the whole thing. I'm a confident person, but you have to be Max, you know? You have to be yourself, can't you? You have to be yourself, confident in
You
yourself.
have to be yourself. But Margaret
I'd
says,
say
women
if you're
don't
not,
like this.
if you're
Thank you,
not
Margaret.
confident in yourself, you're not being your true self. So that's what I would say.
What if you're not confident?
I'm not saying you have to be confident. Like bullshit.
Carlos says,
Margaret.
lads." Thanks, Margaret's a great thing. Margaret says, women don't like this. Thank you, Margaret. Carlos says, morning, lads. Two things. One, what's with the eyes? A bit red. I've had a new camera put in for the YouTubes. Right?
Yeah, I think you look very handsome on it, Max.
You can see all the crags in my face, and you can see this. These are the eyes of a 46-year-old man with two young children.
Yes.
That's all I can say.
But what beautiful eyes.
Right in. I'm going to stick my eyes right in the
Is this what women like? Max putting his eyes in the camera.
Yeah, there we are. There my eyes.
Okay.
Mike says my missus likes Rob Edwards. There's Mark.
Oh, okay, that's nice.
He's
That's
a bit of a
nice.
dish.
Very nice.
Mrs. Dean is too shy to talk. She says, you guys are crazy. Thanks so much. What are we doing now? What are we doing today?
Abby's been in touch.
God, so
Abby's a
many
woman.
messages.
Yeah, I think.
Hey, Abby.
You are my favourite part of the week. Women love humour. There we are. They love humour, Max.
So you're on the
That's
right
where I'm
road.
going wrong. Yeah. Okay.
I just think it's a question I just don't think it's a question for now, is it?
You don't think it is a
maybe.
question for now, or
Is that our text
or
topic?
talkSPORT? Is it a question for now?
Anyway,
Come
this
on,
is brought to you, of course
get
it
on.
is, with the good people of Travis Perkins. He didn't make the squad from the Gabba. Very surprising, Travis. Australia
Darling
up in
Trav.
arms. But he's still sponsoring this show. And
Yeah.
he's doing what matters for the trade. Find out more at travisperkins.co.uk or download the app Quaker Wafari. With us next to look ahead to all the games in the Premier League.
welcome to talkSPORT Goals. We're taking you through what should be another busy day of football. Chance to win it!
We don't need to do that, guys.
I'm going to owe you an apology.
How would you get to that conclusion?
That's a weak mentality.
Oh, get out of it.
This has been one of the easiest 3 points that they've managed all season, Arsenal, and they've done it against their most fierce rivals.
Extremely painful to stand here after a bad performance. Can't talk away, don't want to talk away from that.
Thomas Frank's lost belief that we can win a game of football by going after a team.
Head to the D, plays it square, Wilson!
And it's finally the breakthrough for Fulham. Fulham 1, Sunderland 0.
Back in the right track after the last performance that was not a standard that should be away from home.
Mateta picks it up inside the area, and he scored again!
Palace are a good side, and they play their system as well as anybody I've seen.
There are boos inside Old Trafford on the anniversary of Ruben Amorim's first year in charge. Manchester United are beaten by Everton.
The Manchester United revival is officially over. The only place to be is with GameDay.
Talk about commentary of Spurs Fulham tonight at 8. Commentary of Palace Man United tomorrow at midday. So no warm-up with me and Barry. What's more important?
Wow.
Manchester United or me and Barry? Absolute disgraceful decision from management. Anyway, let's look at today's games with Kwaku Afari.
Yes.
Everybody.
Let's go surfing now.
Everybody's learning how. Come on,
Kwaku Afari with me. Kwaku Afari with me. Welcome, Kwaku.
How you getting on, guys?
Yeah, very good. Obviously, you're a Chelsea fan. You're looking forward to the Arsenal game tomorrow. That is a big game, everybody.
Huge game, huge game. I'm excited to see where Chelsea are at, really. I know that Arsenal go into this game as favourites. Arsenal, again, off the back of a really good week, spanking Spurs, battering Bayern, but Chelsea are on a decent run themselves. Obviously got the win against Burnley last weekend, and then had a really good performance midweek against Barcelona, beating them 3-0. So it's a clash of the two most informed teams in the Premier League right now, and it's a good barometer for Chelsea, who I don't think are in a genuine title race, but a win against Arsenal tomorrow, and maybe the conversation has changed.
I think
we want a title race.
I think you will win, Quaker. I think you are a team of big game players. Club World Cup. You made PSG look like boys.
Yeah.
You're amazing. And then in Barcelona, you made them look like boys. It's like, I think you're going to beat Arsenal. It's a big game, and then it blows it wide open.
It does blow it wide open. I wish I was as confident as you, Charlie, but I watched Arsenal, especially in the second half against Bayern, and they just got another level to go to that I don't think Chelsea have. And also the depth of Arsenal. They brought Calafiori and Noni Madueke off the bench, and they combined for Arsenal's goal against Bayern. So it's going to be a really good game. And Maresca showed us that in big games, like you mentioned, against PSG in the Club World Cup final and midweek against Barcelona, he does make tactical tweaks that maybe takes the opposition off guard, and they don't know what's coming from Chelsea. I think with Arsenal, we can name their starting 11 when everybody's fit. With Chelsea, you don't know what starting 11 you're going to get, and that might play into our advantage. But I do think Arsenal going into the game against Chelsea tomorrow at Stamford Bridge as slight favourites.
Yeah, look, it's a clash of the best left-backs in the world, isn't it? Cucurella versus Calafiori. They're both brilliant, aren't they? Actually, the midfield is fascinating in that game. I know we got you on to talk about today's games, but this is interesting, Quago. And the midfield is so interesting because like Caicedo and Enzo both got a bit of stick when they arrived, because it takes time for some players like Cucurella as well. And actually, that midfield, those two, and then Rice and Zubimendi, who are being absolutely brilliant for Arsenal, will be so exciting.
Yeah, that's where the game's going to be won. And there's a lot of attention on Rice and Caicedo. It seems like it's the new Gerrard and Lampard debate. But I think Zubimendi is the key to that Arsenal midfield. Under the radar, he's been one of their best players this season. He keeps things ticking. He's the metronome. And if Chelsea are going to have any chance of winning this game, they need to keep him quiet. So I want to see a man-marking job on Zubimendi. I want to see a la Ander Herrera on Eden Hazard all those years back where he just followed him around like a shadow. I think that's the key to the game. And like you touched on, Max, the midfield clash is really where the key is and where the game's going to be won.
Very nice.
We should look ahead to today's game.
Yeah, we should look at today's games really now.
Why not? Although Sean does say, does Quaker, who's watching on, Sean is watching on his smart TV or on YouTube, says, does Quaker want me to come around and fix the clock on his microwave? Has he had a power cut?
Let's go to 8 o'clock tonight. Tottenham v Fulham, live on talkSPORT. I think this is an important game for Thomas Frank, Quaker.
Oh, God, it is.
Oh, it's a huge game for Thomas Frank, and there was signs of positive things for Spurs against PSG, despite the fact that they shipped 5 goals. But the lingering taste of that heavy defeat in the North London derby is still there. And Spurs fans, again, you can maybe speak to this more, Max. Spurs fans don't seem fully convinced with Thomas Frank. I believe you need to give him time. I think if you give him enough time, you give him the resources, you give him the players that he needs, he'll do a good job at Spurs. But right now, Spurs fans aren't happy with the football that they're seeing from their side at the moment.
Yeah, I think you're right. I think the PSG game was key, and it is I suppose where Tottenham are at to take lots of positives from a defeat. But Tottenham had a go in that game, and actually for 50-odd minutes they really competed with PSG. And PSG aren't quite at the level they were at last year, but they played really well. Archie Gray and Lucas Bourvil are really good young players who played excellently in midfield. The setup was slightly different. Colin Mawani scored a couple. I think there were lots of reasons for positivity. But in the league, you're right. That Arsenal game was not... it wasn't just an isolated event. The Chelsea game as well, the XG was tiny. They've struggled at home in so many games, actually before Frank. But of course they need to give this manager time. How many games we played in the Premier League? 11 or 12 or something? That is just not enough time to... get anything in place. They are missing a lot of creativity, but I do have faith, and whether he's the right man or the wrong man, you need to give somebody plenty of time to discover that, I think. And they're not in a terrible position at the moment, and given how bad they were last year, although I won't hear a bad word said about Ange, of course, because I've been brainwashed. I agree. I think it's a really big game. I think Fulham are a tricky opponent, and I don't think it'll be easy, and they'll be expected to have the ball and attack, and you have to respect the opposition, of course. But yeah, the Arsenal game was bleak. It was really bleak. It was like watching a League One side go away to a big side in the FA Cup. Just wait for set pieces and hope. And it was a big change against PSG. So I am enthusiastic. What about Everton Newcastle, Quaku? 5:30.
Good game.
Yeah, good game, and Everton are in good form right now. It was a huge win against Manchester United on Monday night, despite going down to 10 men. Idrissa will not be available after his appeal was turned down. He's an important player for Everton, but what David Moyes has showed us this season is that he's found different ways to win, and they're a tough team to beat, especially at home. And this is a Newcastle side that have been so inconsistent. It's lose, win, lose, win. A huge result against Man City last week. In the Premier League, but then a loss midweek against Marseille in the Champions League. And so you don't really know what you're going to get from Newcastle. Eddie Howe's experimenting with slightly different formations. He's talked about maybe switching his keeper, which has caused a stir in the Northeast. But Newcastle, if they want to consistently qualify for the Champions League, which is of course their ambitions after they were taken over by these owners who've got infinite funds, then they need to be a little bit more consistent in the league. And what we've seen from Newcastle over the last 3 or 4 seasons under Eddie Howe is that when they've got European football to contend with, they have a drop off in the league, and that's not a great sign for us as a team that want to be competing with the big boys in years to come. And I fancy Everton to get something at home against Newcastle, because over the last couple of games, over the last 3 games which they're unbeaten, they've shown that they're a really solid Premier League side.
You have to remember that Newcastle have lost 25, 30 goals in the summer. I mean, I don't know where they've gone because Liverpool haven't got them. And
the vortex.
And Wissa's not been fit, has he? So, there's all that. They've lost that, which is massive in any team.
Yeah, it would make a big difference, wouldn't it? You're right. Hey, Quaker, we've got 3 o'clock kickoffs, and we've got 1 minute to sort out what's going to happen. Brentford-Burnley.
Okay, Brentford are a side at home against the big boys. They've got some huge results, right? Beating Newcastle, beating Aston Villa, got a draw against Chelsea, beat Manchester United. But in games where they have to impose their will and they're maybe going to have a bit more of the ball, they've struggled a little bit. And that's what Burnley are going to do. Burnley are going to let them have the ball, sit deep and see if Brentford can break them down. And so I think this one is set up to be a stalemate. I'm going for a draw in this one.
Okay, Man City Leeds, 10 seconds.
This is Man City 4-0 written all over it. Daniel Farke's in trouble right now. I think City need to bounce back after 2 consecutive defeats, and I think this is the game to do it against the Leeds side that are struggling.
And Sunderland, Bournemouth, interesting one this.
Yeah, both of these teams started the season really well, but both winless in their last 3 games. Sunderland would be really frustrated with that defeat against Fulham last week. Bournemouth was a good comeback against West Ham. Again, these teams are evenly matched. I think they've got equal quality. So again, I'm going for a draw in this one. I'm sitting on the fence.
Great.
Good stuff, Quaku.
Thanks, Quaku.
Take care, guys.
Michael writes, listening to you guys on my earbuds while making breakfast, and they disconnected and started blasting out the go-get-its to the whole room. Unfortunately, this exact moment, my stepdaughter started crying. I was being consoled by the missus. I'm not saying it's your guys' fault, but it's a possibility.
Sounds like our
fault. Have we ever made you cry? 81089. Let us know. Right, we're going to do some Ashes in a bit. The Grey Cricketer boys are brilliant. We chat to them every time this happens. Sam Perry and Ian Higgins, and they'll join us in just a second. Morning all, this is the warm-up on talkSPORT. Max Rush and Charlie Baker with you till 1 this afternoon. Brought to you with Travis Perkins.
Bowling Trav.
Bowling Trav. Doing what matters for the trade. Find out more at travisperkins.co.uk or download the app. It's fair to say, Charlie, that England were completely robbed in the first test.
Absolutely robbed, yeah.
Nothing else they could have done in this match.
There feels like quite a lot more they could have done.
Anyway, let's look ahead to the second test at the Gabba. And England brilliant with the pink ball. Australia hopeless. That's what I hear. Yeah. Sam Perry, Ian Higgins from the Grade Cricketer. And they are top of the cricket podcast in Australia. This is like we're basically talking to two Joe Rogans. Yeah. That's what this.
They're the best.
That's what this is now.
And they were top of the book charts as well, weren't they, or something as well?
Top of everything.
Should release a single.
Sam Perry, Ian Higgins, welcome.
Hello, lads.
Hey, boys. Hey, gentlemen.
Thanks for coming on. Are you happy to be the two Joe Rogans of Australia? Are you happy with that intro?
Yeah, sure. Whatever you want to call us. Happy to be that. I mean, you did say top of the cricket category. It's actually the sport category in Australia.
Wow. So. Okay. Yeah. Sure.
Yeah, it's sport in town, isn't it? In this silly country that I find myself in. Mark Wood, I just heard that. I didn't know that is out of the second test. How big does that tip the balance in Australia's favour, Sam? Do you think?
We're all good either way, Max. No, Woody is very fast. The Australians were scared of Mark Wood and the English bowling group in that first innings, so much so that they took on the moniker of cartel, and Wood's part of that. Wood is the fastest guy there, and yeah, if he's not playing, then I suppose that's some kind of advantage. But we're busy with our own injuries. So, it feels like it might be a little bit of luck for Australia. But otherwise, yeah, we really just want Cummins back.
Yeah. Here you go. I've been surprised that not enough people have talked about the difference in the pace of England's attack in the second innings to the first innings, because they didn't bowl for very long in the first innings. And in that first innings, I thought, this is the greatest England pace attack I have ever seen. This is better than the West Indies in the 80s. This is that good. And then the second innings came around and they were all bowling as fast as Alan Mullally. All due respect to Alan Mullally. So what happened? What happened, Higo, to England then?
Completely right, mate. England were outstanding in the first innings, no question about that. That sort of adds to the capitulation, right? Because England played so well in that period of time. What happens is the batters let them down to the point where they couldn't get any sleep or any rest or any recovery from the lactic acid that would have been built up from bowling so fast at these poor Australian hapless batters. I mean, it's not just that Australia were batting again. It's that the England bowlers were batting when the batters should have been batting. Does that make sense? The England bowlers were so quickly in the game again. The wicketkeeper barely had time to take his pads off, Jamie Smith, before Gus Atkinson, who bowled how many overs in the first innings, was batting with Bryden Carson. They put on a quick 50 and then, so I mean, it's not just that they weren't bowling again, it's that they were literally playing cricket again. And the worst thing in cricket for you is to be playing cricket.
It felt a bit like we'd only planned for the last 3 years, for that session. We're worried about our bowling attack, so we're gonna plan for that bit, and then they hadn't thought beyond that session was the worry. Talk to me about the pink ball, lads. It feels a bit like when I used to play my brother at games that we'd made up growing up, and he changed the rules all the time until he won. It feels a little bit cheaty, the pink ball, to me.
Yeah, and I see that the excuses are commencing early, but we had that when pink ball cricket started here too. A lot of batters in particular become very upset about the difficulty in seeing the ball, and that's fair enough because seeing the ball is quite important to playing cricket. And you talked about best laid plans for England there. I don't think they were planning on bowling to Travis Head in that second innings. They were quite comfortable bowling to Usman Khawaja, who had one of the most beneficial back injuries in Australian cricket history, which allowed us to unleash Travis Head. But yeah, the pink ball is it's a little bit of a lottery. It behaves different to the red ball. People will start talking to you about the lacquer and it going soft and the amount of grass on the pitch and stuff like that. Don't trust anything anybody says. Nobody understands how a cricket pitch works or how a ball works.
No,
but
I agree.
the last couple of years have been able to avoid thinking about it because we have Mitchell Starc, who is essentially unplayable with this cricket ball. So our plan is to give the cricket ball to him, and hopefully we win.
So does he know what he's doing? Does he know the difference with it, or is he could just that's his physical makeup that makes that pink ball do that, or does he know actually what he's doing?
Well, what I did enjoy him doing was saying that the ball they bowled with in the first test was like a hockey puck. So now we're getting into different sports. Yeah. So everyone's got an excuse already because we were talking, lads, about how the first test match needs to be in Brisbane. It just makes the most sense for us because Australia's got a good record there. The day-night test now needs to be in Adelaide because that makes more sense, and we get nice images of churches and red sky at night, Shepherd's Delight stuff. You know, people walking over bridges, happy. We get to learn where Adelaide is. You know, these sorts of things. And now the sequencing of the test matches are all off, and so you guys have to get up at 2:30 in the morning. To, you know, catch the first ball, and, you know, Zach Crawley's out, and then 5 minutes later you wake up and then England are bowling, you know. So, like, none of this, the sequencing isn't quite right for anyone. Do you know what I mean? Anyway, the pink ball's good.
Yeah, I don't think Mitch Starc knows what's going on. I think we put too much credit and credibility into the minds of these players. Like, Mitch Starc is a genetically blessed freak. His brother is in the Olympics. That's all it is. It's just a wonderful body that can deliver that missile that is pink at night, and he can swing it. And then at the end, Australia usually does well. And that's pretty much the strategy.
So what do you think England will do? Because obviously there's been like a huge amount of criticism. There's this huge debate about whether they should go to Canberra and play that 2-day game with the pink ball, even though that pitch is totally different. Ben Stokes did an interview yesterday where he said, look, we're not arrogant. I'd rather be rubbish than arrogant. But he was at least aware of the debate because I think some of the criticism is England just say, look, we'll deal with it internally. And then you think, are they doing any self-reflection or just going, let's go again, lads? That was almost brilliant. But clearly they are smart. They're not, you know, they care about Test cricket. What Ben Stokes has put his body through to get there. They have changed English cricket, right? They are net good for cricket, even if the last Test was bad. But do you think they won't waft at wide ones outside the off stump in this Test match?
I think that no England side has prepared more for a series than this England team. The entire infrastructure and scaffolding and setup of English cricket has been to be competitive in this series. And I know the first Test match didn't go that way for the English side, but let's be honest, they were absolutely fantastic for 3/4 of the match. Yeah. You know, I mean, if England win in Brisbane, which they may well do, the frustration might be that England could well be 2-0 up in the series. You know what I mean? Like, and so how that all went down might be so scarring that it might be difficult to come back from. But I do think it helps that it's been like such a long gap between Test matches where they can actually move on. I'd fully back England, to be honest, to just have an extra training session in the Gabba nets with the pink ball rather than going to Canberra. And like Canberra, they're not close to each other. Like they're not close places. You can't drive. I mean, you can drive there if you wanted to, but you don't. And I think in terms of like the squad, I'm pretty sure they picked the same squad for these Test matches, which Bashir was in. So I would suggest that Tung comes into the squad and Tung probably plays. I mean, that's a guess, but I'd be surprised if Bashir plays this Test match. Yeah.
I think the Canberra thing was a lose-lose, to be honest. I think that's what the decision was. As to Australians, can you explain to me why we keep picking Crawley?
Yeah, because in one game against Australia 4 years ago, he looked really good. And in particular, facing Pat Cummins.
But genuinely, do you think that is why? Because I cannot see why he continues to get. He must be. I said the other week, he must be great vibes in the dressing room. It must be that. He must be like good crack.
Yeah, like ordinarily in cricket, if somebody keeps their position in the side, irrespective of data, they have photos or beers. But I think baseball is an ideology, it's a movement, and Crawley fits it. You know, they, as you guys said, like they've been happy to forgive failures as investments in this series, and they think that Crawley has the tools, has the essential weapons to succeed in a way that maybe the county system in England does not produce players for that. You know, he's tall, he has long levers, he hits the ball hard, he relaxes hard, he plays golf, you know, and he's got some evidence of getting on top of bowlers. I think their genuine view is that while he might have a few failures, he can win you a test match, just as he was going to at Old Trafford in 2023 before rain intervened. And I think that's the dice they're rolling with Crawley, and it might pay off.
Yes, it will pay off. What's the final score going to be in this series? Here you go, finally.
Without being too patriotic, I think it's probably going to be 3-1 Australia. I really do predict that at some point England will get it right, because the extremity of which they play cricket, it will come off, and Australia will be battered in one game. I think fundamentally Australia, in Australian conditions, have a better cricket team, and over the course of 5 test matches that will bear out. But it's not very sexy. I know everyone wants to be either 5-0 or an incredible 3-2. I mean, I suppose it could be. It could be those things, but I think it's going to be quite a boring 3-1 Australian victory. But, you know, cricket is boring, so, yeah.
That's part of it. That's the boredom is part of it, like this show.
Exactly right. Cheers, chaps. Thanks for coming on.
Thank you very much.
Sam Perry, Ian Higgins from The Grade Cricketer. Very kind of them. That's really, it is definitely, if you love cricket and you haven't found
really great stuff.
It's absolutely brilliant. Top of the sport charts. Look at them, eh?
It's great we could get them on from Australia, isn't it? It's clear as a bell, wasn't it?
It's a long way away to get a line from Australia. We must
look into it. Yeah.
Someone found some string at talkSPORT. But yeah, I believe Zach Crawley could come good. He could come good, Charlie.
Sure.
I mean,
maybe that's what he's doing when he's reaching outside his off stump, practicing his golf swing.
Play yourself in just for a couple of overs. That's something. But I think I think they learned. They're not They're not as gung ho and arrogant as people think.
I want to be proved wrong. I want to be.
Talking of huge contests, it is the last or penultimate, we're not sure depending on the ruling from the Court of Arbitration for Sport on Danny Kelly versus Perry Groves, of the last 16 of How Tall Are They? And it is Paul Hawksbee versus Tim Vine in just a second.
and welcome to talkSPORT Goals. We're taking you through what should be another busy day of football.
Chance to win it! We don't need to do that, guys.
I'm going to owe you an apology.
How would you get to that conclusion?
That's a weak mentality.
Oh, get out of it.
Charles, the Liverpool fan, says, "How tall are they?" has been the single most ridiculous quiz segment in talkSPORT's history. R.I.P.
Really?
What next? How many legs have they got? Do you know what? I am tempted, just to annoy Charles, to do an entire Champions League of get people on and go, how many legs? Karl-Heinz Riedler, 2. Danny Pugh, 2. Oh, it's 1 apiece. Anyway, let's ignore Charles because the rest of the nation loves it. It's a huge game at home today in the final game in the last 16. It's Paul Hawksby.
Oh, what a glorious
thing to be a healthy grown-up Paul Hawksby.
Paul Hawksby.
Not in the woods, Paul. Paul's not in the woods. I'd like to be Paul Hawksby, being about as busy as a bee can be.
Welcome, Paul.
Yeah, thank you, guys. Arthur Askey, marvellous. He doesn't get enough airtime really on talkSPORT, does he?
Silly bee song, isn't it?
But Charlie on Virgin plays him 3 times an hour.
Yeah, he does.
It's
yeah,
non-stop.
It's on the playlist.
The Arthur Askey hour. All the goals they go in. Never miss a goal. Never miss a beat.
Paul. You're not in the woods.
Wow.
I'm not wandering on with deer carcasses. You're taking this seriously, I sense.
Yeah, I'm at my old mum's today, so
that's nice.
yeah, maybe she'll bring me some good luck.
Maybe,
stuff. Love to Mama Hawksby. Well, it is the second leg of a huge game between you and Tim Vine.
I'm in love with him and
I'm Tim Vine.
Here he comes.
Here we go.
No visuals for Tim.
Turn it up.
I'm in love with him and he's Tim Vine.
Welcome,
Hello, Tim.
Yeah, it's brilliant stuff. The Beatles versus the busy bees. Beatles v bees. Does a beetle beat a bee?
There he is, the wordsmith, Tim Vine.
Yeah. Now, this is
quickest in the game. Quickest in the game.
It was more of a question for people who enjoy insects.
No, of course.
Yes.
Exactly.
Now, Tim, Ali McCoyster has been in touch. Actually, both of you says, boys kicking off in the big one at 11 a.m. He says, general feeling in the car is that this is Tim Vine's to throw away. So is that pressure on Vine? Lack of faith in Hawksby from Ali McCoyster? How do you feel, Paul, about that?
Yeah, I'm shocked and stunned. I thought Ali was a friend, but you find out your friends aren't moments like this, don't you?
Exactly right.
That's Heights. Oh, and Simon Jordan said something about the Heights competition midweek as well. I don't know if we can hear it.
Guardiola won't want to leave, but is he ever going to get back to the Heights?
There we are. About Guardiola, there we are. Yeah.
Was it?
Will he ever get back?
So,
Pep's never
I'm
back.
looking forward to hearing a football I've heard of from the two of you.
Oh, wow.
Well, here we go. You might be lucky because it was 0-0 last time, and we expected huge things from these two behemoths of How Tall Are They? And frankly, you embarrassed us, and you embarrassed the station, and you embarrassed the nation. So, and we also decided, because quite often we do puns, but we thought maybe the two of you wouldn't really get puns.
Yeah.
No, I don't like it.
We've gone very basic. We've gone very basic.
Page 1.
It is 0-0 from the first leg. Let's play. We've gone as basic as we possibly could. Here we go, everybody. Let's play. Okay, Paul, you're at home, so you get to go first. How tall, Paul, is Pele? Pele, how tall?
5'10".
5'10". Tim Vine, how tall is Pele?
That's another player I haven't heard of. I'm going to go 5'9".
He's 5'8", still 0-0. Yet to break the deadlock, these two.
We move on. Tim Vine, how tall is Maradona? It's page 1, paragraph 1 of How Tall Are They? Maradona.
I think he's taller than the Queen, as you know. So I always start at that point. 5'3" the Queen is. So I'm going to say, I think he's 5'5".
5'5". Paul Hawksby.
5'6".
He's 5'5". He's divine. He scored.
Ali McCoy knows what
Finally
he's
a
talking about.
goal.
Tim Vine 1-0 up. This is huge. Okay then, Paul. God, you're under pressure now. Could Paul Hawksby go out in the last 16? No one believed it. Cristiano Ronaldo. Cristiano Ronaldo.
Yeah, Cristiano, as Alan calls him.
Cristiano.
6-1.
6-1, Tim Vine.
Annoying because that's what I would have gone for. So I'm going to say 6-2.
Ooh, 6-2!
Oh, he's all neck. He's all neck.
2-0. This is absolutely extraordinary.
Unbelievable.
Paul needs both of these.
He really
Paul
does.
needs both
Tim
of these.
Vine, 2-0 up. How tall is Lionel Messi? Lionel Messi.
It's for me, yeah?
Yes.
He's 5'7".
5'7". Paul Hawksby.
No, it's not.
Paul Hawksby.
I was going to say 5'7" because I think he's 5'7".
Yeah, you're not in the woods now.
Because that's the height he had to get to on the growth hormones when he was at Barcelona. I know he's I think 5'7.5". Can I say that?
We don't do...
He's 5'7".
He's 5'7", Tim Vine.
No, I knew he was 5'7".
With you and I'm Tim Vine. Wow.
Absolutely on fire, eh?
Hawksby out. He's not even not in
we
the
have
woods.
We do have to finish, Paul, for the illegal betting markets overseas.
Oh, okay.
So staying with all of this, how tall is Max Kilman, Paul? Max Kilman.
Max Kilman. He seems to have got shorter since he got to West Ham.
Yeah.
6'3".
6'3", Tim Vine. How tall is Max Kilman?
6'2".
He's 6'4", but it doesn't matter. 3-0, an absolute battering.
Unbelievable.
McCoist was right. Of course, McCoist was right.
Yeah, he was.
Do you feel, Paul?
10
How do you
heights,
feel, Paul?
10 heights, 0 points, Paul. Unbelievable.
Sutton United 3, Tottenham 0. It's quite the giant killing.
That's the one.
Yeah.
And also, Paul, your XG was 0.01, as it will be with Spurs this evening.
Well, I mean, Thomas Frank's been coaching me all week for this game, so clearly that's what's gone wrong.
A couple of texts come in. Ronaldo is 6'1", lads, so might have to look back at the whole thing. Might be a replay.
Oh,
is that right? Oh, is he?
Still a win.
Yeah, I mean, look, I'm not gonna call for a stewards. I'm better than that. Congratulations, Tim. Well played.
That did feel very much like Paul wanted out of the competition there.
Because if one of the heights is wrong, there is precedent here that there has to be a rematch. We'll
look into it. We'll look into it.
There might be a third rematch between.
I've just scored the perfect hat trick, left foot, right foot header, and you're telling me that now.
Well done, Tim. You're through to the quarterfinals, unless, of course, we hear from Tony Cascarino in the week. Cheers, Paul.
Yeah, all the best, guys. See you later. Cheers.
There we go. Wow. What a win there.
Yeah,
what
really
a
good.
Huge win. Emphatic. Hawksby tactically naive. Solid from Vine, says Ali McCoist. There we go. Ali, while you're listening, do we need a rematch for Danny Kelly, Perry Groves?
Yeah.
I can't remember the score of the last one.
Ali is in charge of the whole thing, isn't he?
But Ali is in charge of, he's in charge of the whole radio station. Let's face it.
More or less.
Is that a rematch? And should I come and do breakfast with you 5 days a week in a couple of years? Just answer those two questions.
Those two questions, yes.
And Lars Simonson joins us for 2 bits, and we'll look ahead to all the games of the Premier League this weekend. Ali McCoy says yes, great. See you in 2028.
Thomas Tuchel's busy trying to bring glory back to England for the first time since '66. But how did he get here? Well, from the sleepy town of Krumbach via some giants of European football, here's his journey to Wembley. Sitting around 60 miles west of Munich, Krumbach's population is less than 14,000 people. But Tuchel's friends there remember a boy whose ambitions lay far beyond the Bavarian community. His will to win was evident early. Tuchel often captained his youth football teams, and his school side lifted the national German football trophy in 1987. The sport took the young defender on a whistle-stop tour of South Germany, from Augsburg to Stuttgart and then Ulm. A knee injury ended his playing career at the age of 25, though. Tuchel accepted his first coaching role in the Stuttgart youth setup in 2000, hired by none other than Ralf Rangnick. Under Tuchel's stewardship, the club's under-19s won their league title in 2005. But Stuttgart chose not to renew his contract, feeling Tuchel had an abrasive personality. He went on to manage Augsburg's second team before spending 5 years at the helm at Mainz. He then followed in Jurgen Klopp's footsteps and moved from Mainz to Dortmund. Here, Tuchel secured his first major silverware, the German Cup, in 2017. 8 more major trophies came next for Tuchel in just 5 glorious seasons. He won 2 Ligue 1 titles and a pair of domestic cups as PSG boss. At Chelsea, he famously lifted the Champions League, as well as a Super Cup and a Club World Cup, and he also bagged a Bundesliga at Bayern Munich. And then, 4 months after leaving Bayern, Tuchel was unveiled as England's new manager.
I always wanted to come back to England. That was my big goal. I have the best memories of the country, of the league and of the players, the attitude towards the game, the attitudes from the supporters.
Well, here's hoping Tuchel can finally drag England over the line at a major tournament.
Martin says, Charles, who dissed how tall are they, has clearly never experienced jolly hockey sticks coming up in 45 minutes.
The last ever one, is it? I think it is.
Last ever jolly hockey sticks. If you'd like to play, 03717 222 if you want to be the last ever player of jolly hockey sticks, give us a call, please. The Racing Value says, stop inventing text messages from McCoist. It brings the usually clandestine and informative show into clear disrepute. Penguinland, wow. Tim Vine on fire, that game. Prime Brazil, 1970.
Really was, yeah.
Anyway, let's look ahead to all day's Premier League football, shall we? In the company of Lars Sivertson, who joins you, Charlie, in the studio.
He's here.
Hey, Lars.
It's so exciting for me, this. Good stuff.
Yeah.
It's lovely having Lars here. It's nice. It's nice not being on my own in the studio.
All right, we need his theme tune.
Oh, yes, please.
We need a word from our sponsors. We need all of these
sorts of things. Here we go.
Let me do it properly.
Okay.
Let me do it properly. This is the warm-up on talkSPORT. I'm Max Rushden. He's Charlie Baker. Time now to look ahead to today's action with the good people of Enterprise Rent-A-Car.
Destination football on talkSPORT with Enterprise Rent-A-Car. Whatever it is, we're here for it.
Lars. No.
Lars Simonson.
Hello.
Good. I've never experienced that from Charlie in the studio
Live.
before.
It's different live, isn't it?
Really special. The energy in here is incredible.
A more alive performer.
Yes. I've always thought that
Than a
about
Zoom
you.
guy.
Than a Zoom
You're not a
guy.
Zoom guy.
No.
I'm a live guy, not a Zoom guy. Where do you want to start? Should we start with commentary game tonight? Tottenham v Fulham. Live on talkSPORT. Lars, you have a Tottenham allegiance.
Yes.
Did you see enough positives from the PSG game to say we're going to go and batter Fulham tonight?
Absolutely not. And I am going to this, which I feel slightly apprehensive about.
Nice.
Yeah, that's going to be interesting. I'm going to this with a friend of mine who's recently been through a breakup. And I told her, you know what, don't worry, there's going to be a lot of people who are more upset than you at this game, probably, the way things have been going at home for Spurs recently. So I do think this will be good therapy. No, it was interesting hearing Thomas Frank there at the top of the hour talking about how we need to turn it into a fortress and all that. And that is true, but I mentioned it the other week. They've gone so long now without winning games at home. And I do think this is one of those areas where there's a lot of reasons why the increasing ticket prices in the Premier League is a bad thing. But I think it really does start to affect the mood when the team is not performing. I think the rationale for charging some of these ticket prices that some of the bigger clubs do is always that, well, you know, it's a performance industry and it's not that much more expensive than a West End show and all these things that they're saying. But here's the thing: if you go to a West End show and like everyone falls over and forget their lines,
I'd like to see that.
Actually, that might be good. But typically, people wouldn't come back the next week. Like football fans don't behave just like customers, and I have a feeling like if you start treating them like just customers, maybe gradually they'll start behaving like them, and asking fans to provide the support and bring the passion, but also that'll be 90 quid, thanks, when the team is not performing, is like that. I think it starts to affect it a little bit. So I am really intrigued to be there in person just to get a sense for what the vibe is, because I'm guessing it might not be great.
Yeah, but they were better. They were positives against PSG. I
thought
they were good v PSG. I thought they would look good v PSG.
Casual 5-3 defeat there,
No, but it's a bit more than that.
I'm being flippant. I think, being serious for a second, I think the reason the reaction to the derby was so strong wasn't just that they lost to Arsenal. Listen, Arsenal are the best team in the country, probably the best team in the world right now. So losing to them is kind of, that happens. But I think it was the idea of going there and setting up and being as meek and passive as they were, which I'm sure wasn't the intention from Thomas Frank's point of view, by the way. I don't think he gave them all Valium in the dressing room before the game kicked off and just go out there and amble around. Like, I'm sure they wanted to be more aggressive and it just didn't happen for them. I think fans were particularly annoyed with that, and we did see more effort against PSG. We saw a little bit more aggression, and again, you're playing away against the very, very dangerous teams. I get that, but I guess Fulham is such an interesting watermark for them, because Fulham are kind of, with apologies to Fulham fans, they are kind of the averagest of average Premier League teams. Like,
what is it like? They're sort of constantly treading water at the moment.
Yeah, they feel like
the manager feels like he's treading water. They haven't really brought any players in. They sort of do fine in games. It's so odd.
Yeah, but they are going to finish somewhere between like 13th and 10th, though, pretty much every year. And I think for Fulham, that's kind of fine. But from the Spurs perspective, it means this is such a bread and butter game. Like, if you want to rise up the league, if you want to make a serious charge for a Champions League spot, these are the kind of games you really need to be winning at home. But Fulham are really well organised, and Marco Silva is a very canny manager. So I think this is an awkward one.
We were discussing in the week, Max, when we on Thursday, Wednesday, how they've sort of not got a talisman. Spurs, they've lost Son. Obviously, Kane went. There's no one at the moment grabbing it. Maybe Morgan Gibbs-White was supposed to be that person, and no one there to stand up.
And in fairness to Thomas Frank, who's gotten a lot of criticism, and some of it is understandable, missing both Maddison and Jan Kulusevski is bad, because those are two of the guys who will sort of get their heads in different ways. Like, Maddison is a great passer and someone who can unlock things and's got a bit of that main character energy, as the young people
That's
say.
what I mean,
He has a lot of that, James Maddison. Whereas Kulusevski as well, slightly different character, but someone who always works his socks off, can get his head down, can go past a few people, can make something happen. So two of the guys who do the most, I think, in that group to progress the ball forwards and to create things are not available, and that's clearly a big problem for them.
Let's look at a few of the other Saturday games. Sunderland Bournemouth at 3 is quite interesting, isn't it?
Well, it is, because we're kind of this incredible start to the season that Sunderland have had. I think we're still waiting to figure out just how good they are. I mean, they've had now this wonderful, wonderful start to the season. They've taken enough points. I don't think relegation is well, I know relegation isn't going to be a problem for them. They would have to be like the worst team in the Premier League ever from here on out to go down. So, but I don't. I still think there's things to learn and things to figure out about just how good they are underlying numbers maybe not as strong as the results have been. The goalkeeper's been playing incredibly well, but it's great for them because they have given themselves such a good platform in terms of points that they shouldn't have to worry about going down. Playing Bournemouth at home, I mean, interesting how that goes, because you'd expect Sunderland to kind of sit back a little bit and wait to hit them on the counter. Bournemouth, of course, love to press high, and they love to force teams into errors, and they love to go at them quite quickly when they force them into those errors. Suspect Reggie Lebris won't really let them have too many of those chances. We'll probably play it a little bit conservatively. So stylistically, it's a kind of a curious matchup.
You have to be in a season where people have gone, give the players time to settle in, give them time to settle into their new teams or whatever, or find the Premier League level. For Sunderland to get that many new players in the summer, it's 10 players.
It's incredible.
And for them to hit the ground running, what are they doing differently, do you think, Lars?
Yeah, no, that's a really, that's a great question. Also a terrible question, because I don't have a good answer to it, Charlie. And I'm going to be, but I do think that should be studied for science, like what they did in terms of recruitment and the preseason and everything they did, because the just how quickly that has put together is incredible. They've also, I do think they're an example also. The fact that someone like Nuri Mukiele, who has been at big European clubs, the fact that Granit Xhaka is there, you know, Enzo Lefebvre played for Roma. We're in a sort of interesting situation where even like we might think of Sunderland here in the UK as not a big and glamorous club, but the fact when you've got a bit of Premier League money behind you, you can make really good signings. But of course, a lot of clubs have gone up and made a lot of signings without making it gel this well. I suspect the fact is it is a mix. Like they still have like guys like Dan Ballard in there. Like they have a senior statesman. It's actually not. That made me sound like he was half retired. But someone like Xhaka, who's really experienced, who's a big personality, seems like they got the mix really right.
I agree.
I mean, there is an issue that all of their squad are going to AFCON, and they. I mean, it's
so they might fall off the cliff.
Sure, eight of their players, or something like that. But like not just lots of squad players, lots of guys that start for them. So it'll be really interesting to see how they get on when that happens. I think that's sort of mid-December, I think it is. Anyway, Lars, stay where you are, please. We will look ahead to some of tomorrow's games as well. Of course, big game, huge. I mean, all games are big for Liverpool, but given the rut they're in, a trip to West Ham, can't be losing that one. But they could. And Chelsea, Arsenal as well. It is Max and Charlie on the warm-up. That was look at some of the players that we feel will be here for it and deliver this weekend.
and welcome to talkSPORT Goals. We're taking you through what should be another busy day of football. Chance to win it!
We don't need to do that, guys.
I'm going to owe you an apology. How would you get to that conclusion? That's a weak mentality.
Oh, get out of it.
Step up to the Oki and win on talkSPORT.
And we're closing in on the talkSPORT Darts Presenter Trophy 2025 now in its third year, where 8 of talkSPORT's biggest names go head-to-head ahead of the PDC World Championship kickoff. And this year, you and a mate could be right there with us. You'll be the only members of the public allowed in on Wednesday, the 10th of December in London. 2 seats, 2 insider passes, a true money can't buy experience for the ultimate talkSPORT fan. Of course, the capacity, for talkSPORT Stadium is also 2. The very next day, you'll also be heading to the opening day at the PDC World Darts Championship. We'll do 2 nights hotel stay, $2,500 in cash. Charlie,
yes,
give us some details.
For your chance to win, you can text WIN, W-I-N, to 83338, 83338. Text costs £2 plus your standard network rate, or call 0343 or call 0343 423 9761. That sounds made up. 0343 423 9761. Lines close at 4 p.m. next Thursday. That's when you'll need to answer your phone if it rings. 18 plus, UK excluding Northern Ireland. For your chance to win, text WIN to 83338 now. This is a network promotion. Full T's and C's at talksport.com.
This is the warm-up on talkSPORT with Travis Perkins. Do what matters for the trade. Find out more at travisperkins.co.uk or download the app. Lars Sivertson in the studio.
Yeah.
What a read by Charlie. What a read by Charlie.
No, I'm just saying that phone number just sounded like no one was ever going to remember that phone number.
Listen, some things you just want to see live. You know, there's some bands, there's some comedians, there's some players you just have to experience in the flesh. And Charlie reading that phone number was one of those.
Good luck with it.
Very spiritual experience for me. Thank you, Charlie.
Lars, you wanted to touch on a couple more games today before we look ahead to tomorrow. Man City Leeds.
Yeah, because it's the Erling Haaland derby, isn't it? I mean, really, he was born in Leeds, so that summer. The summer of 2000, the summer of 2000. That's me reading numbers, Charlie.
Very good.
I had that coming.
Summer 2000,
summer 2000. He was born in Leeds about a month after his father had moved to City. So, I mean, he is a City life. Yeah, he was born right into Man City, but of course they were still living in Leeds. And Alfie, as a player, was kind of an... You can say he was technically limited, but he was a hard worker. He was kind of extrovert. He has a big personality on the pitch. So he seemed to have a strong connection with the fans at both City and at Leeds. So, and that's something that Erling he will have grown up, thinking about Leeds to some sense of City. And he did actually say when he was quite young, I think he was only 17, that his dream was to win the Premier League with Leeds one day. I think those dreams may have been adjusted slightly according to events. But that was his dream. He said, I want to win the Premier League with Leeds and get more caps for Norway than my dad. That was also one of the things he wanted to do.
Where would Leeds finish if Haaland played for them?
That's a really fun question, actually, because as my thing is, I don't think Leeds have been terrible. I mean, they are 18th now, but I've seen a fair few games of them where they've actually been right in it, but finishing has been an issue. That's unfortunately for Dominic Calvert-Lewin. He's not a bad footballer, but he is a little wasteful in front of goal. I mean, we know this, and having a centre forward who can put the ball away a little bit more frequently, which I think
he's one of those non-scoring strikers, isn't he?
Who does a lot of good stuff for the team, right? That's clearly, but then you need more goals from elsewhere, and that's not really happening for them so far. So that is their biggest issue. 11 goals and 12 so far for Leeds. So put Erling Haaland up front would be very different, but of course he's not there. He's playing for Manchester City. Erling Haaland has scored 14 so far for City, which is still, I love this, there are still several clubs, I think there's 6 clubs in the Premier League who have still scored fewer goals than Erling Haaland this year. These are Wolves, Leeds, Nottingham Forest, Fulham, Newcastle and Everton have all scored fewer goals in the Premier League this season than Erling Haaland.
Will he celebrate if he scores? Will he celebrate if he scores, do you think, Lars?
He'll celebrate, but there might actually be a maybe not a full muted celebration, but maybe a respectful.
So that hands calm down.
I wouldn't be surprised to see that actually. Yeah,
a tinge of regret celebration. And Everton Newcastle 5:30 today.
Well, interesting to me just because Newcastle are kind of fascinating. Newcastle have had slightly sort of a season where they've been very good at home and had some really stinky performances away. So at home they've won. In all competitions, they basically won every game except for 3, and those were against Liverpool, Barcelona, and Arsenal. So the rest of them they've won at home, and there's some really good scalps there against Man City, against Athletic, Benfica. They've been good at home, but away it's been very, very ropey indeed. And what you notice is I do wonder if they maybe wrestle a little bit with having to play midweek, because 2 of the worst performances they've had this year, the loss away to Brentford, that came after a midweek Champions League game. The loss away to West Ham, also a really poor performance, that came after a midweek cup game against Spurs. So maybe they're struggling with the squad depth to get through these weeks when they have to play. And that kind of scans a little bit as well, because I feel like Newcastle, they're at their best when they've just got a ton of energy, when they're always running. Like Eddie Howe really wants them to like
they play at home.
Yeah, And sometimes you notice sometimes when you watch Newcastle highlights, it almost looks like rugby clips because you have everyone running forwards and there's all big sort of strong, powerful men. But I do wonder if maybe if you don't have the squad depth, doing that twice a week is a little bit tricky for them. So now going away to Everton, who are presumably riding high of that unexpected win at United, who have been pretty solid at home, I think this is a really tricky one for Newcastle.
Tomorrow, Chelsea-Arsenal. The title is on the line, Lars.
I mean,
this is a great game. This is a great football match.
It's set up really well. I just think we want someone to challenge Arsenal. I mean, I know they're not. I mean, they're just 6 points ahead, but also looking at the sort of XG and the numbers as I do, they are a lot better than everyone else so far this season, and that's even with having had a couple of injuries to like Odegaard and some guys, and Havertz of course is unavailable. So not everything has actually been super easy for them so far, Arsenal, but they're still by a mile the best team in the league. So I guess if you're a neutral or not an Arsenal enjoyer, then you're kind of hoping someone will challenge them. And City were on this run that looked like maybe then they lose to Newcastle, and you get the sense that City are very much a work in progress. But Chelsea are kind of impressive now. That win against Barcelona, albeit Barcelona missing a few players, but that was quite impressive. You're seeing William Estevao emerge as like the guy looks like the sky's the limit for him. You have that incredible midfield that I keep harping on about, but I do think Caicedo and Enzo Fernandez is not too far off the best midfield in the league. So they've got a lot going for them, Chelsea. And if anyone can give Arsenal a game in the league, maybe it's Chelsea at home. So
I said earlier on, they're sort of big game players, aren't they? So beating PSG in the Club World Cup. What's the opposite, Max, of a flat track bully? Would you say a bumpy track bully? They're good in the big games. They seem to be poor in the sort of lower when they're playing sort of lower down teams. They sort of make I don't whatever the opposite of a flat track bully is. I feel like Chelsea are at the moment.
Well, I was instantly thinking that flat track bully is a cricketing term, right?
Yes,
because that is. But maybe it's come from something. Is it a horse racing term before that? I don't know. I don't know.
To find out.
I always assumed it was horse racing. Got to be honest, as a foreigner who's not a big.
No, we always say it as cricket. We say it's a cricket term.
Do you call it a track?
Yeah, flat track bully is a cricketing term. Does anybody know? Is it etymology? Is it etymology?
It's originally used for batsmen in cricket. Okay. There you go. Okay. So it is. That is the original. It's cricket. The opposite is what somebody who could get a good century at the Gabba with the pink ball or in Perth could really dig in.
Zach Crawley.
So. Not sure we've got any of those. Opposite is Big Time Charlies. Is it real Big Time Charlies? Like, that's what this text says.
Well, people like to say that about Chelsea anyway, don't they? Because that's what they feel like
possibly.
Chelsea fans.
Also tomorrow, Lars, Liverpool go to West Ham, and you sort of think if you need a game, I don't know, is this the game you need? If you need to get a win?
I feel like a couple of weeks ago it was, but it no longer is. Because it seems like Nuno is starting to kind of get West Ham together, and they've gone 3 games now without losing West Ham and getting a point away to Bournemouth. That's not necessarily a small thing. They beat Newcastle at home. They beat Burnley. You'd expect them to do that probably, but it seems like they are improving. I'm getting again slightly worried. I mean, it seems absurd that you should consider firing the manager who won you the league what feels like a couple of months ago, what is just a couple of months ago. But they're just really spiraling Liverpool now. Like this is really bad. I don't know how long this can continue. And losing 4-1 at home to Peter Bosz's PSV is kind of That's not very good. Like, can I just, for people who are not aware, the coach of PSV is named Peter Bosz. He's a Dutch man.
Peter Bosz.
And he is almost like a Dutch Ange Postecoglou character, is that he's a real football romantic who believes in playing the game in a certain way. And that brought him success initially in Holland, and he got the Dortmund job, he got the Leverkusen job, he got the Lyon job. Terrible in all those big leagues.
I love that.
Because his defense was always all over the place.
Yeah.
But they played some nice football, but it just didn't hang together. Now, what I'm saying is, he's not a punchline by all means. He's a football manager who's done good work and won 2 titles in PSV, but he isn't some kind of tactical mastermind. You know,
Right.
He's a guy who's an idealist, and you're not expecting his PSV team to go to Anfield and win 4-1. Like, this is not a good look for Arne Slot. So I'm starting to, like, do you have to consider the possibility that they have to make a change? No,
I don't think so.
I think it sounds mad.
so at all. And I've said this loads of times, and it's the Diogo Jota thing. I think for me gives Liverpool a complete pass on what happens this season, because it's football is such an intense environment, and for that to happen, you saw it with Andy Robertson at Scotland. And I've talked about it on here and on podcasts, and listeners have got frustrated with this, going, you didn't say that when they won 5, but we know how relentless the Premier League football is and how difficult it is, and if you drop by a few percent as an individual player, you lose your place in the side or whatever. So if the whole, and this won't impact everyone in exactly the same way, but it will have an impact. And so even for new players coming in, they're coming into a dressing room, but not in the way you'd come into a dressing room, not how you'd normally sign for Liverpool.
Spoke to Tony Cascarino.
Karen, I know we have to still analyse their football matches, and we can do that, but we should just never forget that is a thing, and that can it's impossible to quantify. It doesn't mean it's the only reason they're playing badly, and it isn't the reason they're playing badly, but it should never be far away from our minds, is what I think. And I know that means repeating myself over and over again this season. It will frustrate some people, but that doesn't matter.
It's very well put, Max. I think you hit the nail on the head in terms of why I don't like bringing it up, because it is impossible to quantify, and I kind of trust things I can quantify, as listeners will know. But you have to acknowledge that they exist. And the glass half full thing for Liverpool is, if you look at the table, they're down in 12th, which looks horrible, and it feels like they're losing every game. But they're just 2 points off of Palace in 5th. Like, the table is really tight at the moment. They're 3 points off of 4th, 4 points off of 3rd. They're 4 points behind Manchester City. So if this ends up being a season where they made a couple of big signings, they started reshaping the team, they had to go through this extraordinary trauma, and you still get through it with a Champions League spot at the end of it, that's not a total disaster, I suppose. But they really do need to start turning it around.
Tony Cascarino, I spoke to him in the week, just passing in the office, and I said, what's going on, Tony? Because he's a Liverpool fan. And he said, well, there's 10 problems. He's like, there's not one problem. There's 10 different problems.
Yeah.
And he said he thought the main problem, technically, players-based, was that they've lost a lot of their players with bite. They bring on and not replaced that bite.
Yeah.
The players that have left...
Núñez, Diaz.
Diaz, and even he went to Villa.
Harvey Elliott.
Even a Harvey Elliott. You'd bring him on and he'd have the bite. He'd have that energy to come on and chase the game and get the game back for you.
So actually, back in September, I don't know if you remember this, but Mo Salah tweeted quite interestingly, because one of the fan accounts posted a graphic of Darwin Núñez and Luis Diaz, and they're being replaced by Florian Wirtz and Alexander Isak, and the text was something like, "Name a bigger upgrade in the history of football," or something like this, and just really say, "Wow, oh my God, it's such an upgrade." Now, of course, because those players have struggled a bit, you can laugh at that now, but that's not really my point. My point is that Salah tweeted, "How about we celebrate the new signings without disrespecting the champions," or something, he said, which was a very good bit of leadership, I thought, from a senior player at the club. But you also look at that now and you think, that aggression, that Darwin Núñez, not a perfect footballer, but aggression, but that sort of madman energy that he brought to the front line.
Well, it was a good point.
It's a very good point, Johnny.
Tony Cascarino's point, not my point.
No, that's fine. You take the point. Don't say you were passing Cascarino. You just said, I had a thought. Cheers, Lars. Enjoy the game. This was a lovely text. Lars is taking a, quote, friend to Spurs rebound king, he says. Thank you, Lars. You're a good man.
The dare is to do, Lars. The dare is to do.
Lars Siver today. Commentary, of course, of Spurs, Fulham. Tonight, 8 commentary of Palace versus Manchester United tomorrow. Midday kickoff live on talkSPORT. Good morning, it's the warm-up on talkSPORT. Max Rush and Charlie Baker here till 1. Let's look at the latest odds ahead of today's action with William Hill.
In the Zone on talkSPORT. Brought to you by Final One Standing. New from William Hill. 18 plus gambleaware.org. Terms and conditions apply.
Let's bring it
Help!
Phelps! Lee Phelps! Welcome, Lee Phelps.
Well, it gets better every week. I'd like to say it gets better every week. I'm not sure we quite hit the vocals.
The high note. Yes, I know. Okay. When we were on X Factor in 2007,
and the overs,
and we went for that, and then when Louis Walsh said we didn't hit the high note, that was
you're
it.
Like a young, you're like a young Beatles. You're like a young.
You remind me of a young Enya, is what he said to us. And we were like, we were a young Enya, this is so good. And then we sang Orinoco Flow. and
it was so good.
It just didn't hit from Bassao to Palau.
We did a sad acoustic version. Sad John Lewis Christmas advert of Orinoco Flow. It just didn't quite work out.
Lee, what's going on today? Give us an
Come
actor for today, mate.
Yeah, well, there's a load of home teams who look like they're very fairly priced for me. Brentford, we'll talk about them in a bit more for Final One Standing soon, but Brentford at home to Burnley, very good home team. Burnley, obviously, struggling right down at the bottom of the table. Man City at home to Leeds, you'd expect them to bounce back. Listening to Lars, I think Sunderland are worth a look at home against Bournemouth, and I think Everton at home to Newcastle as well. Both decent prices this afternoon as well, I think, for teams who are well capable at home against other teams who struggle a bit on the road. Tottenham, I think they're worth a look at home to Fulham. You've got Coventry at home today in the Championship, Barcelona, Atletico Madrid, Juventus. So there's plenty of teams there if you want to get an ACCA boost together. So you need 4 or more picks to activate the boost. And then the bigger it gets, the bigger the boost goes. There are betting gets as well. So if you have an ACCA on your football, you get a free one on the app. So plenty to go out there. Yeah. And obviously you're live with Everton, Newcastle later on.
Yeah. How do you see that?
Well, like I say, I think Everton, I think Newcastle's away form has been dreadful, really, hasn't it? Lars was explaining it really well, I thought. And Everton, steady, not amazing at home at the Hill Dickinson, but very steady and well capable. Obviously, coming off the back of that win against Manchester United, will be very confident as well. So I think Everton are a good price for the win. There's an epic boost on there. I'm not saying that Everton will keep a clean sheet by any stretch. It could be an open game. Nick Voltemade to score or assist versus Everton is the epic boost. So it should be 6-5. Has been boosted to 7-4. So yeah, that'll get a lot of Newcastle fans to be keen to look at that. And we've got an epic boost in the racing as well today.
Okay. Tell us about it.
Yeah, so Constitution Hill to finish in the first 2 in the Fighting Fifth Hurdle. That's a 2 p.m. at Newcastle. Even money should be 1-3. Constitution Hill for racing fans will know. Generational great, 8 Grade 1 wins, fantastic horse. So finishing the first 2 today, that's the epic boost. You get paid out even money rather than 1-3. Best odds guaranteed. Extra place races today. A busy Saturday of racing as well, of course.
Now, you've been banging on about Final One Standing for ages, and we're getting down to the business. We're getting so close that we've now got someone who's still in it for the $500,000. He's called Simon Middleton. He joins us now.
Hello, Simon.
Morning. Good morning, guys.
Morning.
So are you nervous now, Simon?
Yes, it's getting squeaky bum time now, so we're down to the business end, I suppose, for the picks. So,
do you need us to help you, Simon? Do you need us to ruin your streak?
Are we allowed to do that?
I don't think we're allowed to do that.
I don't know if we're allowed to do it. What's the rules, Lee? Have we got Simon on? Are we trying to get him the win?
I would say he's got this far on his own through 12 rounds.
Leave him alone.
Probably doing a good job.
12 rounds.
It's not all been easy though, I don't think, has it, Simon? Like we were chatting yesterday, and you've had a couple of near misses.
Yeah, I've Taylor 2 Brunos, I suppose. I had Bruno Fernandes at Man United, scored the last minute, 97th minute winner against Burnley, and then Bruno Gomes for Newcastle, a 92nd minute winner against Fulham. So I've had a couple of near misses, and now obviously I've got Brentford this week to do the business against Burnley, but then it starts to get a little bit sketchy after that. So I may need a Christmas miracle from Leeds United, I think.
Yeah. Well, interestingly, Frank Bruno plays up front for Brentford, so that could be your third Bruno to get you through. Oh well, and how many are left? How many is Simon up against?
In the £500,000 game, which is the one that Simon's in, 1,676, I think it is. We started off with just under 300,000. 76% of the players, including Simon, obviously, have gone Brentford. versus Burnley. 20% have gone Villa versus Wolves. So 96% of the game is on those two teams.
Oh, well, look, good luck, Simon. Thanks for coming on, pal.
Yeah, cheers. Thank you.
Thank you.
Simon, they're one of the 1,700 players still in, and we're going to talk to all of them after midday. Lee, have you got anything else, Lee?
No, just a reminder, 3 p.m. deadline for that game. For any of the other games that you're in. I mean, some of the 50k games that we've been doing. Remember, we've been doing a game a week. That was the biggest. Some of the £50,000 games have got less than 300 players left in as well. So we could be very close to a winner in those. 30 people left in the talkSPORT League as well. So that's $5,000 on the line for that one. So we could get some winners this weekend. 3 p.m. deadline. Make sure you get your picks in.
All right, good stuff, Lee. Thanks for coming on, pal.
Thank you, Lee.
Thank you, guys.
That was the latest odds brought to you by Final One Standing, new from William Hill. Terms and conditions apply. 18+, gambleaware.org.
In the Zone on talkSPORT. Brought to you by Final One Standing, new from William Hill. 18+, gambleaware.org. Terms and conditions apply.
Hello and welcome to talkSPORT Goals. We're taking you through what should be another busy day of football.
Chance to win it!
We don't need to do that, guys.
I'm going to owe you an apology.
How would you get to that conclusion? That's a weak mentality.
Oh, get out of it.
A few 12:30 kickoffs in the EFL today, including Stoke City versus Hull City. Stoke in second place in the Championship, of course. At the Bet365, Joe Shannon will have commentary on talkSPORT 2. Hey, Joe.
Hey, Joe.
Hello, guys. Good morning. Yes,
Good morning.
Stoke looking to close the gap today to 7 points on Coventry City. Coventry play later at home to Charlton. That's live on talkSPORT 2 as well. But this is a very different Stoke City side these days under Mark Robins.
Yeah.
3 changes to the side that beat Charlton here on Tuesday. Lawal, Aaron Cresswell, who captains the side, and Pearson are the 3 to come in. For Hull City, unlikely playoff chasers. A win today for them would take them up to 4th in the Championship. They make 3 changes too, with Egan, Destan and Crooks replacing Hughes, Hadzimetovic and Joseph up front.
Here we are again, happy as can be.
Yeah, no time for chat with Joe because it's the final ever Jolly Hockey Sticks. How you feeling, Jolly? It's an emotional moment. If you're just tuning in and you've never heard Jolly Hockey Sticks before, it doesn't matter because we're never playing it again after this.
Well, unless we can come up with we can
a better way of it working.
Fettle the format, as they say.
Okay.
Welcome to Fettle the Format with me.
It is it's Blockbusters theme, so me and Charlie play as a team, and we're up against a listener, and that listener is Patrick the Villa fan. Hey, Patrick.
Hello, Patrick.
Notabalazzi.
Notabalazzi of the Villa.
The Villains. Are you now, Patrick, are you across the rules, please, of Jolly Hockey Sticks?
As much as you can be across this crazy game, guys, I suppose.
Wow, it's a crazy
That's
time.
what people
You
say.
know?
Crazy game.
As someone once said, exactly. Someone once said, "Jolly Hockey Sticks, bloody hell." That's what they said. Okay, so
I think they just went,
Andrew,
"Oh, bloody hell!" Jolly Hockey Sticks.
Producer Andrew Jolly is here. Welcome, Andrew.
Hello.
Now it's got all the sports in a bag. He has to draw out a sport, and then we go alternately our team versus Patrick versus our team, saying someone has played that sport to some level, and we just go on forever. We've got an hour 10 left of the show, and I'm happy, as this is history in the making, Patrick, to play for an hour and 10 minutes. Screw the rest of the guests. Screw the rest of the output. Here we go. Are you ready to play, Patrick?
Let's do this.
Let's do it.
Okay. You gonna? Do you want to go first or second, Patrick?
I'll go second, please.
Okay, second. Okay. Do you want to lead off, Charlie, for us?
Yes, please. Yep.
Okay, here we go.
Here we go.
Let's play some
bag. It's more of a cup. But
okay, cup, bag, whatever.
Right, here
just
we go.
get a sport. Here
On
we
the
go.
last Jolly Hockey Sticks, we've got archery.
Archery.
William Tell. William Tell. Come on, there is another one. There's another one. Come on, William Tell has another one.
There's not.
Tasman Archer.
Tasman Archer.
Sleeping
Robin
satellite
Hood.
there. Sleeping's lovely.
Really? Right. Robin Hood, back to you,
Robin
Patrick.
Hood, yes, well done, Max.
Tasman Archer.
Tasman Archer. You said Tasman Archer was good.
We can't have it again.
Max.
Yeah, we go.
Max
Still
said-
0-0.
Yeah, okay, still 0-0.
Still 0-0. Still 0-0. Here we go. Next sport.
Right,
no
next
archers.
sport.
We don't know
I think
any
you should
archers.
I feel like you should get a point for Tasman Archer.
Yeah,
Skateboarding.
1-0 to Patrick. 1-0 to Patrick. 1-0 to Patrick.
Skateboarding.
Okay. And you're skateboarding. Over to you, Patrick.
Tony Hawk.
Oh, that's who I was going to say. Yeah, that was the only one anyone knows. Who's the the girl who, she was like 14, 12, wasn't she, in the Olympics?
Oh,
Sky
little
Brown.
Jenny.
Sky Brown.
Little Jenny.
I'm
He's
not-
got two.
Don't say it. We haven't
He's
come
got
back
two.
to
There's
you
another
yet.
point. Patrick's 2-0 up. He's 2-0 up, Patrick. Here we go. Give us another sport.
Oh, yeah.
Right, here we go. Snooker.
Oh, okay.
Snooker.
Good news.
Okay,
Good news.
here we go.
Who's
Here we
first?
go.
Me? Bill Werbenick.
Yeah, go on then.
Bill Werbenick.
Lovely.
Alex Higgins.
Tony Knowles.
Stephen Hendry.
Very nice. John Parrott.
Steve Davis.
Alan McManus.
Joe Longthorne.
Joe Longthorne is, and that isn't who you mean. That isn't who you mean. Joe Longthorne. Joe Longthorne's the singer who does "Love Your Head, You'll Love Your." He does Shirley Bassey. You mean Joe? Won the worlds in about 1988. Joe Johnson. That's who you mean. No, you're out. That's it.
Okay.
Bad luck.
2-1.
Joe Longthorne, though.
2-1. I really like
I'm
Johnny
enjoying
Hockey
hockey
Sticks. 2-1.
sticks. It's
Here we go.
great. I think Patrick's really livened it
Maybe
up.
he should play every week. You go next game. Next
Table tennis.
sport coming in.
Table tennis.
I can't play
Desmond.
next week, I'm afraid. Sorry.
Oh, really? All
Pulled
right.
out of next week.
Commit to this.
He's pulled out.
Commit to this again.
Yeah, I'm not available next. The WhatsApp
No
group
chance.
has dropped out.
Oh, my
you just
Lord.
get your diary home. How are you fixed for?
Checked it. Believe me, I won't be doing this again next Saturday.
Don't worry.
Lord.
Hey,
Come on, let's
Desmond
get it over
Douglas.
and done
Okay, here we
Desmond
are.
Douglas.
Here we are.
with.
It's table tennis. Table tennis.
Table
tennis.
Table tennis. Famous table tennis players.
It's 2-2. It's 2-2.
You didn't have one. You didn't have one. Time's
Here
up.
we go.
Here's the decider.
Right.
Well, no,
Is it the
how long have we
decider?
got? No, we've got ages yet.
We've got ages yet. It might be the decider. Here we go.
Softball.
Softball.
Let's come out of the cup.
Come on, next sport.
Charlie
next
Brown.
sport.
Charlie Brown.
All right.
Next
Charlie
sport.
Brown's teacher. Wah, 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 wah. 10 till 1, that's what this sounds like every Saturday. Wah, 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 wah.
Patrick's really livened the show up. He's
good,
great,
isn't
he? He's
He's
great.
good value, this.
It's like a
Here we
plant.
go.
Next
my
sport
Lord.
is squash.
Next sport.
Squash, yes. Yahanga
Squash.
Khan.
Oh, damn it.
Kiora.
Kiora.
Squash. Kiora. What? Umbongo.
Yes.
Back to you.
Orange, lemon, and pineapple.
Lil.
Lil's not squash. Lil's
Not squash.
not squash.
Oh, well.
Yeah.
You're out.
What a crescendo. What a crescendo.
Pastor Jim says Tasman Archer just saved the format. Let's keep playing. It's fun. We've got a
Yeah, I
couple of
think
minutes.
word
Come on, another sport. Here we
association,
go.
association with Jolly Hockey Sticks is great.
Taekwondo.
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 Oh, what's her name?
Dave Colosimo did him last time.
Dave Colosimo.
He was my mate. He was the osteopath for the Australian Taekwondo Olympic team, 2007 to 2008.
What's her
Does it
name?
count?
What's her name?
Jade Jones.
Jade Jones. Good one, yeah.
Yeah.
That's all I've got.
Nick Cragg, my mate, he does taekwondo as well. How's that?
Another point for Patrick.
Patrick's taking us apart here, Max. We can't cope with Nick Cragg.
Why
What a
not?
player.
Taekwondo.
He's pretty good. You wouldn't take him on,
Prove it.
would you?
Prove the other way.
Great news. He does.
Come on, another one.
He does
Andrew,
do
get another one out of
Next
the cup.
sport's baseball.
Baseball.
Baseball. Babe Ruth.
Lovely.
Joe DiMaggio.
Shoeless Joe. Don't know the surname, but Shoeless Joe. Everyone knows who that is. If you were in America, you would.
We all know that, Charlie. Yeah, we all know that. Okay. Homeless Dave Johnson.
Yeah.
Yeah. Come on, let's go with that.
Okay. Yeah. Okay.
Alex Rodriguez.
Oh,
A-Rod.
yeah, that's a good one. A-Rod. Yeah.
3-point Pam.
No, that's it. 3-point. Bam.
Okay.
That is a
okay.
one.
It's level, and this is the decider. Here we go. It's the decider. It's me and Charlie versus Patrick, who is, let's face it, the best broadcaster on the show today.
So far. Welcome back
Here we
next
go.
week. Really made my
Sailing.
Christmas.
Sailing.
Sailing. Ben
Rod
Ainsley.
Stewart.
What you got,
Captain Pugwash.
Captain Pugwash. That is a good point.
And don't mention
That
any
is
of
a good. None of the others. Thank you, Patrick. None of the others.
Not your blue set, Charlie. This is your blue set.
Keep it light, Patrick, please.
I heard 2 versions.
2 versions. He's not finished.
He can do an excellent blue routine. Captain Pugwash. I'm giving it to Patrick.
Yeah, Patrick's
That's
the
a
winner.
great win.
The whole
Massive.
year, to be honest.
What a win.
Fantastic. What do I win?
Well done, Patrick. Thank
Well,
goodness you called in.
You win £685,000, courtesy of Simon Jordan.
Tickets to Charlie's next show would be nice. if
Yeah,
there's any chance
well,
of
yeah,
that.
okay, Patrick. Find me on. Thank you for plugging it, Patrick. That's very nice of you. Yes, it'll be
Someone's
on.
got to, Charlie.
No, someone's got to come. Not on sale yet, but we'll find out on my Instagram. But Patrick, 2 tickets for you on the way. Wish I hadn't said that.
Oh.
Cost me money somehow. There we are.
Okay. Everything showbiz, guys. It's been emotional.
Thanks, Patrick.
Everything is showbiz. Thank you, Patrick. Good stuff. Patrick the Villa fan. Wow. So do we bring it back?
Well,
Or was that what a way
I think
to
we
end?
peaked. Leave the party before it gets bad. That's the way to do it, isn't it? It's good. Peak. We'll always have good memories of that now. Whereas if we go back to it, be like, it wasn't as good as last time, was it?
Yeah, it'll never be that good.
Well,
Maybe
we can have
shouldn't do
another
the
go.
next.
Look.
Maybe we shouldn't do the next hour. Because that was really
That would
good.
be nice, wouldn't it? Can't they play some records or something? That's what we do on Virgin.
Pressure on Adrian Clark now to deliver. after Patrick
Clarky
just
always
yelled.
delivers. Clarky always delivers.
Captain Pugwash.
And my mate Nick does taekwondo.
What taekwondo? He's one of the greatest taekwondoers I've ever known. Anyway, this is all brought to you with Patrick must return, says Mitch.
Yeah, I agree.
This is brought to you with the good people of Travis Perkins, doing what matters for the trade. Find out more at travisperkins.co.uk or download the app.
Thomas Tuchel's busy trying to bring glory back to England for the first time since '66. But how did he get here? Well, from the sleepy town of Krumbach via some giants of European football, here's his journey to Wembley. Sitting around 60 miles west of Munich, Krumbach's population is less than 14,000 people. But Tuchel's friends there remember a boy whose ambitions lay far beyond the Bavarian community. His will to win was evident early. Tuchel often captained his youth football teams, and his school side lifted the national German football trophy in 1987. The sport took the young defender on a whistle-stop tour of South Germany, from Augsburg to Stuttgart and then Ulm. A knee injury ended his playing career at the age of 25, though. Tuchel accepted his first coaching role in the Stuttgart youth setup in 2000, hired by none other than Ralf Rangnick. Under Tuchel's stewardship, the club's under-19s won their league title in 2005. But Stuttgart chose not to renew his contract, feeling Tuchel had an abrasive personality. He went on to manage Augsburg's second team before spending 5 years at the helm at Mainz. He then followed in Jurgen Klopp's footsteps and moved from Mainz to Dortmund. Here, Tuchel secured his first major silverware, the German Cup, in 2017. 8 more major trophies came next for Tuchel in just 5 glorious seasons. He won 2 Ligue 1 titles and a pair of domestic cups as PSG boss. At Chelsea, he famously lifted the Champions League as well as a Super Cup and a Club World Cup, and he also bagged a Bundesliga at Bayern Munich. And then, 4 months after leaving Bayern, Tuchel was unveiled as England's new manager.
I always wanted to come back to England. That was my big goal. I have the best memories of the country, of the league and of the players. The attitude towards the game, the attitude from the supporters.
Well, here's hoping Tuchel can finally drag England over the line at a major tournament.
Good afternoon, this is the warm-up on talkSPORT in association with Travis Perkins. Do what matters for the trade. Find out more at travisperkins.co.uk or download the app. Let's do some EFL.
Yes, please.
Former Arsenal midfielder, EFL expert Adrian Clark. I don't think we've got your theme music, Clarky.
Oh, you're
it's
Adrian.
Very upsetting. You're Adrian. Clarky, how are you?
I'm good. Yeah, very good, thanks. I'm just out and about. You catch me sat in the passenger seat of my car, in the car park.
That's always nice.
Yeah, my boy's playing football inside, so I'll just go in there in a minute. But
glad you
all
qualified
good.
that.
Okay, that's good. Yeah, thank you, Charlie. So he's been with Oxford's win yesterday, because I wasn't expecting Ipswich have been on a really good run, haven't they? And Oxford needed someone, but Gary Rowett, what a player he was back in the day. Big win for them.
Yeah, I was there last night for talkSPORT too. It was a shock result. I mean, Ipswich had about 75% of the ball, lots of attacking, but they sort of fluffed their lines inside the final third. They gifted it really to Oxford. The first goal was a bad back pass. But what I'll say about Oxford is that they really, really worked hard as a team. They grafted. And Gary Rowett, who you just mentioned there, I think he played a blinder, because it was 1-1 on the hour mark. And Ipswich were all over them, and he made 2 attacking substitutions, and it completely changed the game, and they ended up winning the match. So a bit of a blow for the Tractor boys, but Oxford out of the bottom 3. Happy days for them.
Yeah, very good for them, isn't it? You know, they're waiting for a new. They're waiting for a new. They've had the new stadium. That can happen. And they're building that, and that'll be ready in about 2 or 3 years' time, because they've been sort of treading water for so long, Oxford, with that 3-sided stadium where you can see the cinema from one of the, you can just see it. It's like,
Can you see a screen? Because that would be good sometimes, wouldn't it?
You can't see the screen, but people stand.
Watch Jurassic
People
Park.
stand on I live near it, and people stand on top of vans to watch the game and all sorts of stuff. So something needs to happen there.
Yeah. Yeah. No, yeah, they're building the new stadium. I don't think they can wait to get out of the Kassam, to be perfectly honest. But last night, it was a bit quiet at first. But I'll tell you what, by the final whistle, the fans were fully behind the team. And, yeah, look, they're not going to be great to watch. They're going to have to be pragmatic this season, Oxford, if they want to survive. But they did a great job last night. So, yeah, onwards and upwards.
Good stuff.
You mentioned the bottom three, and Sheffield United are still there. And actually, I mean, Norwich, we know about the issues at Sheffield Wednesday, but Sheffield United go to Leicester today, and that is a big game for both of them, isn't it?
Who would have thought that we're coming into December and this would be a bottom half of the table match? It's crazy, really. Leicester need the points because we're sort of hearing whispers, aren't we, that this points deduction is on its way, maybe in the next week or so. So they could suddenly find themselves down near the bottom three themselves. So it's a really big game for them, even though it feels like they're fine in mid-table. This time next week they might be closer to the relegation zone. Sheffield United are in it, but they're in good nick actually. They beat Pompey 3-0 in midweek, beat Sheffield Wednesday, didn't they, 3-0 in the Steel City derby. Yeah. So yeah, I think they got 3 clean sheets in a row. I think Chris Wilder probably believes that his team have turned the corner, but that we've probably had a couple of false dawns on that with Sheffield United this season. But for me, even though they're third bottom now, right, the Championship is so close that any kind of run of 5 wins in a row, which they're capable of, they'll be near the playoff.
It's only 11 points, isn't it? Yeah, exactly. Yeah, it's really concertina, isn't it?
Which, by the same notion, is why you can't promote Coventry yet, surely.
You can't. No, you can't promote them, but they are the best team, and I don't have any hesitation saying that. I worked on the game against Middlesbrough in midweek. That was an absolute cracker. Brilliant advert for the Championship. 4-2 it finished to Cov. 2-0 up, 2-2 under the cosh. It was a massive miss, bit of an open goal from Tommy Conway from Borough. And then Coventry went up the other end and sort of finished the game. It was really good. They got Charlton today, and on paper you'd say
not bad, right? Doing really well actually.
Doing well,
of all the promoted sides that no one talked about them, and actually they're doing well.
Yes, so he hasn't really had his strikers fit this season, Nathan Jones. So they've had to be really solid at the back. And until about a week ago, they absolutely were. They were grinding out result after result, doing excellently. And then Nathan Jones faced his 2 former clubs, Southampton, and they got absolutely battered, 5-1, 5 at half-time. And then he played Stoke, another of his former clubs, and was 3 down at half-time. Yeah. So I think he'll just be delighted he's not facing a former club today, Nathan Jones.
Wrexham are at home to Blackburn. They are 10th. They are within 2 points of the playoffs. You imagine they'll strengthen again in the window. They're doing better than I expected, if I'm honest, Clarkey. I thought this would be where the project might stall a little.
I'm with you. Yeah, I said mid-table, they should be happy with that this season because it's a heck of a jump. The style of football, it was. I don't know. They've got a lot of work to do before they're ready for Premier League football. But I tell you what, they made 2 brilliant signings in the summer in Kiefer Moore, who, as we all know, when he's on it and when he's in the mood, and if you give him the right service, he's pretty unstoppable in the Championship. He's been great. And they signed Ben Sheaf from Coventry, who's a terrific player. He's just been a bit injury prone. But those 2 have added a lot of class, I think, to the team. And yeah, they've got a chance because we've just been talking about how wide open it is. They have got a chance this season of getting into the playoffs, which will be just astonishing, I think.
I agree.
It would be more astonishing than the promotions that they've had until this point.
Definitely.
In my opinion. Tough game today, though. Blackburn are good away. They're really strong away side.
Okay.
And actually, they're level on points with Birmingham, aren't they? And obviously, Birmingham came up with them both with a lot of fanfare. And Birmingham spent a lot of money in League One. And I wonder if fans of other clubs are now wouldn't mind both these sides actually failing a bit, just for a bit, because nobody likes people doing well that aren't your team. But of those 2, Birmingham, Wrexham, who do you think has the better chance?
I think Birmingham have got the better chance. I think they've just got deeper pockets. I think their owners are their owners are absolutely committed. We all saw that's a new stadium that they're going to build.
I thought the new stadium looked like something sort of make a stadium on the British Bake Off, on the Great British Bake Off. Make a cake stadium.
Oh, a showstopper.
Like a showstopper.
Showstopper. That's exactly what it was. I love it. It's got like 8 chimneys around it. Honestly,
And I've made the chimneys out of sponge fingers.
Yeah. The real stadium's going to be a giant meringue, and that is an issue come winter, isn't it?
When I first saw that stadium, I thought it was a bit of a wind-up. But then now that I'm looking at it, I actually really love it.
Oh, yeah, I don't mind it.
Really unique. It's going to be brilliant. And Birmingham will get to the Premier League. I've got no doubt about that. This season, they'll have to improve, but they're in the mix, and they've been in pretty good form lately, actually, Birmingham City. So, yeah, look, Birmingham and Wrexham, I think they probably are destined to get there sooner or later, because the ownership of both are all in, aren't they? I don't think they're going to stop until they've climbed that mountain.
And you, for some reason, you didn't want to talk about Cambridge v Crewe, 10th versus 8th in League Two.
Wow.
But you did want to talk about Walsall Bromley, which is a almost top of the table clash in that division.
Yeah, well, on Cambridge, are they ever going to concede again, Max? Was it
Never.
5 in a row, I think?
5 clean sheets in a row, I think it is.
Astonishing.
Yeah, lots of 0-0 draws, but, good win at Barrow, and, we go now. Come on, Neil Harris.
Ticking over, aren't they? Yeah, the match of the day is Walsall-Bromley, 1st v 3rd. I just think Bromley are worth a mention here. Bromley, it's a small club, in Kent, they're North Kent, and it's, they keep improving year on year. Andy Woodman's been the manager for a long, long time, and they can go top today. If they go to the Best Scot and win, or the Poundland, I think it's called now, and win the game, they potentially could go top of the league, which I just think would be a phenomenal achievement for Bromley.
Yep.
Won 5 of their last 6, 4 in a row. And Michael Cheek doing it for the oldies.
Cheek.
Yeah,
absolute
34.
scourge of the National League, Michael Cheek. Whenever he turned up against you, you'd be like, oh no, they've got Cheek. He's really good. And now he's doing it in League Two. I tell you, National League's stronger than League Two.
Yeah, he's 34. He just keeps scoring every single year. He keeps banging them in. He's your guaranteed 20 goal a season striker, isn't he? He seems to do it every single time. So yeah, that's the game to look out for in League Two today.
And a word on Christian Fuchs, who we interviewed. I don't think it was our best interview, Charlie, on Wednesday.
We've gone back on it, but he was a nice guy, and good luck to him.
But but it was. I'm not blaming Christian Fuchs. I'm blaming us. Of course.
Right, okay, yeah, sure.
You were terrible.
What was bad about it? Was it just a bit awkward?
No,
I don't know. We just didn't. I think we didn't nail. We just didn't nail it. It was the last section of the show.
Yeah,
and we were just being a bit silly. I mean, that's rare for us.
And
Clarky,
he's got a serious job to do, and we sort of underestimated that. I think. Yeah.
And we should have. Well, I just for whatever reason, it just didn't. Sometimes it doesn't flow. You can't help it. Get us back in the room again.
Can't be perfect all the time.
Exactly. But look, a shout for him. We wish him the best of luck, because taking on a job in League Two is good. And they've got Barrow, who we smashed last week. So I wish Christian Fuchs the best of luck.
It's a tough gig. Yeah, Newport haven't got a lot of money. The bottom of the league, their home form's been absolutely terrible. And I've got to say, I don't think anyone saw Christian Fuchs being the next Newport manager. He wasn't on the list, when the bookies bring out their new manager odds. He was nowhere near it. So I don't know what the score was there, but good luck to him. He was always quite an individualist as a player, wasn't he? I think he's a quirky-ish character. He's his own man. And I think it'd be interesting if he is successful there. It'd be great to see him thrive in the EFL.
Yeah, I wish him the best of luck. Charlie doesn't. It's weird, but
This is unfair.
Thank you, Clarky. Good stuff.
Nice one.
Thanks,
See you later, boys.
EFL expert there, Adrian Clark. It is the warm-up on talkSPORT with Travis Perkins doing what matters for the trade. Find out more at travisperkins.co.uk or download the app. We'll do a bit of Man City next.
Hello and welcome to talkSPORT Goals and taking you through what should be another busy day of football.
Chance to win it!
We don't need to do that, guys.
I'm going to owe you an apology. How would you get to that conclusion? That's a weak mentality.
Oh, get out of it.
Good afternoon. It is the 1 on talkSPORT. Max and Charlie with you until 1. The Sizzler's been in touch. Says, afternoon, guys. Apologies for not listening. Thank you for, it's nice if everybody who isn't listening gets in touch.
Apologise.
I've been at a delivery for 2 hours. Have I missed anything? No,
you have, Sizzler, because you missed Jolly Hockey Sticks, which was a radio highlight, possibly of the year.
It was really good. I mean, the rest of the show also good. Tim Vine hammering.
It was great. Bashed him.
In How Tall Are They?
Yeah, we've done some good interviews.
Stuff. Yes, the guests have all been perfect.
Very good. Lars was in the studio. That was very nice, wasn't it?
Came in. Yeah. So lots of things. We'll round it all up at the end. We'll do a little debrief. We won't do that, the Sizzler. But, thanks for checking in.
No to Baladze.
Let's hear from Pep Guardiola. He's been chatting ahead of their game with Leeds about that defeat to Bayer Leverkusen.
We didn't try. So in football, when you play on the green, so you have to try things that we didn't try. That's all. So maybe I'll have a theory to rotate. You have to rotate because it's impossible to sustain. But I thought I have a lot of confidence of them. Still, right now, I have a lot. I have a huge value of what they are as a football players, and that, or maybe it's higher than I think about them, or them themselves. So, it was a good lesson for me. So even with quite experience as a manager, it's a good lesson for me for the future.
Now let's talk to Simon Bajkowski, Manchester Evening News, Manchester City correspondent. Hey,
Simon.
How are you, Simon?
Very good. Thanks, guys. How are we?
Yeah, very good.
Good. I mean, you must have listened to Pep say a lot of things. I tend to zone out. I don't know if that's unfair, but what is he saying there? His players didn't try, or is he just doing some talking until you all go away?
It was interesting because on Tuesday night after the game, he kind of came out and said, it's all my fault. I picked the players. And you sort of thought it was one of those moments where someone is ostensibly blaming themselves while making clear that actually it's not my fault at all. And then, on Friday, it was like, the players didn't try. And that's why we lost. It was, not a good night for anyone, really. I think Guardiola was trying to sort of send a message to his players after the Newcastle defeat and say, well, here's a load more players that can take your place if you don't sort of up your game. And then everyone who played on Tuesday did not take their chance. So now they've got 20 players who need to do more, basically.
Yeah, it's interesting because I up until that Newcastle game, I was starting to say, and I only say it about City, I don't say about anyone else, that they were starting to look ominous. I was like, they're on that run. This run is early, and they're going to just, they're going to march in front of Arsenal, and it's theirs now. So it's been an interesting week, hasn't it?
Well, I mean, it's been a hell of a week for Arsenal, hasn't it? Like, City have had 2 defeats, that's been bad, but Arsenal thrashing Spurs and then thrashing Bayern Munich, basically, have really set their stall out. I don't think there's any team that's close to them at the minute. City were close to them before the international break, like you say, but they've fallen away and they kind of really have to get back quickly now because it's 7 points to behind Arsenal, and I think once you start getting to 9-10, it starts getting psychologically very difficult for even these City players who've come back before to think they can do it again.
The squad's not as good as you've had in the past, is it? I think that's what people are looking when they're looking back at Man City. You look back at the great players that you've had, and now you look at sort of Jeremy Doku is, I think, a really good example because I think he's been really a highlight for you this season. But is he getting better, or is everyone else just getting a bit worse? Is he sort of the good person in a not a bad team and not a great team?
Yeah, I think he's getting better. It's his best season so far. I think the team is very good. I think the team can challenge Arsenal. I think we saw from Tuesday maybe the squad can't challenge Arsenal, because it was a really big chance for all of these players who aren't. Guardiola basically said, "You're my B team, go out and do something," and none of them did anything. So if you're losing 2-0 at home to Leverkusen, who had about 400 players out injured themselves,
right?
It's not great and not a show of strength. Like you say, we've gone from thinking City are kind of lurking not too far from the top of the table. They look a bit dangerous to, are they actually good enough to stay near the top? So that's the work they've got to put in, and that's what a damaging week it's been for them.
But actually, it's not really fair, is it? Because if you bring in one player in, they're playing in a settled team that know what they're doing. If you even that B team, and a lot was made of, Pep talking about how much, I don't really have the squad, and the squad he put out was worth, 400 million more than Leverkusen or whatever it was. But actually, if you are 11 guys that haven't played together lots of times, it doesn't matter how brilliant you are, those bits of understanding just aren't there.
Yeah. And that's why I think Guardiola has to take the blame for it. And also, I think he played the same 11 for the last 3 games. So, those are the guys that he trusted, and those are the guys that were in form and confident. So if you've got 11 guys who are not confident and are not in form, and are sort of also there's your opportunity, but there's a lot of pressure, because you're thinking, well, if I don't take this opportunity, when's my next one coming? It was a horrible decision. It was one of the weirdest decisions Guardiola's made in 10 years, I think, and it spectacularly backfired. So it'd be an interesting afternoon today.
Do you think it shows the lack of jeopardy in the latest format of the Champions League, that he chose 10 new players, or do you think it shows what he's prioritising, the fact that he's treating it a bit like the Carabao Cup?
I think maybe a bit of both. I think what it shows perhaps as well is that Guardiola knew the old format like the back of his hand. He knew exactly what he needed to do, exactly what his teams needed to do, which was usually go really strong for the first 4 games and then take it easy the last 2. I think this new format he's still kind of working out, and I think he thought maybe I can get away with doing this, and now it hasn't worked out, and it might work out. They might still get in the top 8, but I think they would have been second if they'd beaten Leverkusen, and now they're outside the top 8. So I think it shows, as experienced a manager as Guardiola is, I think there are still things that he doesn't know and he gets wrong, and he got it badly wrong on Tuesday night, and they'll have to we'll find out how badly wrong it was over the next week and a month, I suppose.
Yeah, he's had a funny week, and because he's yelling into that camera operator's ear and then doing a presser going, I'm sorry, but I am what I am, this kind of thing. I mean, look, I suppose he is constantly quite a fascinating human, and we need some fascinating humans in the Premier League.
I agree.
Yeah, I think he overstepped at Newcastle, and I think he admitted that. But I mean, one of the journalists asked him a few days after that game, why do you talk to opposition players on the pitch after every game? Why did you do that? And he wasn't up for answering that, but it is worth finding out, because it is weird, because you don't see anyone else doing it really. But
he did it with Guimaraes, didn't he? With Bruno Guimaraes.
Yeah, but
Nathan Redmond was a famous one, wasn't it?
Yeah, but he does it with he does it every week. Sometimes it makes headlines, sometimes it doesn't. But it's like every week he'll pick a target and then go over and speak at them for 5 minutes on the pitch. He's a character, and obviously he's a hell of a manager. But he has work to do today and going forward for the rest of the year to show that City can challenge Arsenal, because the momentum and everything and the confidence that they did have has been bust this week.
Yeah. Hey, thanks for coming on, Simon. Appreciate your time, as always.
Thank you.
Simon Wajkowski there. Man City lead, 3:00 kickoff in the Premier League. Dave says, hi, lads. Apologies for listening. Thank you so much. Thanks, Dave. Paul says, surely a giant meringue is a bigger issue in the summer, Max, not the winter.
I think either way, I don't think we should be building stadiums out of meringues. That's just me saying that. I mean, I'm not a builder. Not a professional builder.
Not a builder. Yeah, exactly. And there are many professional builders listening, absolutely yelling at their radio now, going, I could build a stadium out of meringues. You know nothing. So I put up a 4-bed meringue in Basingstoke last week. Absolutely fine. Anyway,
Had the Cowboys in, I see. They've used only 2 egg whites.
Not whipped this enough, have they? Okay. Do you think our builder voices that we put on are patronising, Charlie, or not? What do you think? What do you think?
We really tried to roughen ourselves up a bit.
This is what we've learned from listening to lots of building adverts on TalkSport for years. It's their fault, not our fault. It's their fault, isn't it? Anyway, it is Max and Charlie here for another half an hour. Always time for time difference, and we'll do some Spurs as well in just a second. It's the warm up on TalkSport with Travis Perkins, doing what matters for the trade. Find out more at travisperkins.co.uk or download the app.
from one. But they've come here with a game plan which basically said, we'll sit here and wait for you to beat us. And that is not the kind of thing that Tottenham Hotspur want. Paris Saint-Germain 5, Tottenham 3.
I think the key thing for us is just to focus on us.
There's expectations at certain clubs that are different from others.
So what do Tottenham fans expect? What's a good season for Tottenham? I suggest if they finish in the top half of the table, that's progress.
It will be! Is there to tap it in for 1-1.
I think Marco Silva's a really good manager, but, Fulham have underachieved big time.
Just standing still in the Premier League take you backwards, and they've been suffering with that.
Almost 5 years with me for them to show the interest to keep the project going with the same person here, because everything is so intense. I think is a very, very good sign.
Yeah, Spurs Fulham, 8 o'clock kickoff tonight on talkSPORT. Stoke Hull, by the way, is goalless on talkSPORT 2.
Oh.
But after 7 minutes, it is Leicester City 0, Sheffield United 2, which is they've started
Chris
well.
Wilder must say to them, go and score as much as he possibly can.
Yeah, what a great message from a manager.
I don't know if that's what he says.
Sometimes I wonder why you're not an elite football manager.
But I'm just like, what does he do? He must be
score as many as you can, chaps.
It's something at Sheffield United. He must go in and go, I know exactly what to do here.
Yeah,
off we go.
He's good at it.
Yeah, he's good at it. Very good.
Let's talk to Chris Paros, broadcaster, Spurs fan, friend of the show, optimist. Hey, Chris.
Oh, hi, Chris.
Morning. Well, it's afternoon now.
Afternoon, yeah.
It is afternoon. How are you?
Yeah, I'm all right. I mean, I remain an optimist, but my optimism is mostly around the fact that, according to my friend Tom, who's a Fulham fan, shout out to Tom, who I think you know, Charlie, he says they only win 1 in 4. And they beat Sunderland. So that's my optimism for the day, is that Fulham only win 1 in 4.
So I think, what I want to know is, the Arsenal game I thought was as bleak as it's been for a while, but I'm an optimist like you, and I watched the PSG game, and I came away sort of glowing with a 5-3 defeat. And maybe that says more about being a Spurs fan than anything else.
I think that's exactly it. And I came out of that thinking, well, look at that. We can be aggressive, bold, capable of competing with, the Champions League holders. And I think there was something about the youth in that team as well. I don't ever want to see a Paulinho Bentancur pivot ever again. I just think the two of them together doesn't work. But I think, look, when you've got Lucas, you've got Archie, play Pepe, play Xavi, play Tel. When we've been at our best, we were at our best in that Pochettino team where he built those youngsters. And I think there's something about that. And let's just have some fun. And look, we know we've got, a lack of goals. Our creativity is injured, right?
Yeah.
But we've got the ability to build some of that back up again. So, I want to give Thomas Frank some time. There's no point in calling for his head. We know that lot down the road, their fans went wild for about 2 seasons calling for their manager's head, and look where they are now. So I think let's just, take the time, try and have a bit of fun. He's done what we wanted, which was shored up the defence. That's, swings and roundabouts, one thing or the other. I did see Ange at an event actually in the week though, and told him I missed him.
Oh, okay. How was he? Yeah. How is he? Is he okay?
Good. He was in fine form. Took his hand. Had really very soft hands. That's one.
Does he?
Is that a good sign in a football manager? I don't know if that's a good sign or not. You want working, calloused hands, don't you? I don't know what you're doing with what are you doing with your hands as a football manager, though? I suppose maybe
exactly rub them together in glee when you're scoring goals.
Yeah,
in your hands when you're not. That kind of thing. So
I think it's a good point about the creativity. Thomas Frank tried to sign creativity, didn't he? They tried to sign Morgan Gibbs-White. They couldn't get either over the line. I think he's the right manager. I just don't think he's got his players in yet. So I think he's making do till at least January, and then in the summer, if he's given a budget, he'll go for it.
Exactly, and I think we know that the intent is there from the club's perspective. They talked at the chief executive, and I talked at the fan forum around, the budget being there, but January being difficult because everyone's trying to do similar things, trying to shore up when they've got injuries, etc. But again, I agree with you, Charlie. I think we've got the right man in place, and we've just got to give him time. And
actually, Sorry, Chris. You know, we've seen it with like I talked about Chelsea, like Cucurella turned up at Chelsea. I know he played in the Premier League really well, but got panned for a season. Enzo and Caicedo did as well. So players who come in like Xavi Simons or like Tell or even like Koda Mwani, whatever. And okay, some players hit the ground running, but some players take a bit of time. And like you just patience is such a virtue, and it is not that many games. I understand. I don't go to every home game. I don't go to any games, right? You go to every home game, and the home record is terrible, right? It's really bad, and you need to turn that around. And so like it's easier for me to say than somebody who's spent £1,000 on a season ticket and has watched 0.01 xg, right? But like, if you can pray for patience, you need anyone who's done to find out if he is the next greatest Tottenham manager ever been or the worst, but we just don't know yet.
Exactly. I think patience is exactly right. And it's hard, but it's also kind of, it's symbiotic, isn't it? It's like the players can feel the stress from the fans and then the fans go, well, you're not giving your all. And I think that's the thing that we really want to see is just that people are bothered and up for it, really. But I agree with you on the likes of Xavi and Tell and Odobert, etc. They do need time. They're young men. They've left home ostensibly to go to a different country. English isn't their first language. There's all sorts of things that you need to take time to bed in, and you want that to sort of happen. And what I want is sort of longevity. I want these players to be there for a long time because they're talented. And you put Xavi up, in terms of Eze, and it's like, well, look what Eze's done. Yeah, but Eze's been playing in the Premier League for years, and Premier League. So like, actually, let's give them a bit of time. And as you say, patience isn't necessarily a virtue, but I genuinely believe if we kind of continue to hold our nerve, there is a core of a lot of great young talent there. And it took Bergvall a while. Bergvall ended up player of the season last season. But let me tell you, when he first started, how much I was like, oh, what's the point of him? Blah, we heard all that.
Yeah, that's such a footballer fan thing.
So what's the point of him?
The point of him?
Yeah.
So what's going to happen today? God, it's just need a win to go off your back.
Do you like the 8 o'clock Saturday night kickoff? I think it's terrible.
No, it's
absolutely not. Absolutely not.
Yeah.
It's great
with your FSA hat on as well, Chris. I mean,
with my FSA hat on, but the reason why it's with my FSA hat on, but also as a football fan, it's like it's not the right thing to do. It's terrible for away fans.
Yeah, awful.
It's terrible in terms of getting to and from a game, regardless of where you are.
Yeah.
It's terrible in terms of just our habits, right? The whole point as football fans is that we're habitual creatures, and that's not in our habit. I've got my mate's birthday tonight, and I've said I'm going to be there at midnight. I mean, what sort of a mate is that? Oh, hi, I'll be there at midnight. They're all like, why are you putting football ahead of me? Well, I mean, that's a whole other story.
Say, do you know who I am? You have to say that to them. Do you know who I am? This was obvious coming in that I was going to do this. Don't let them change you, Chris.
Who's still going to be there at midnight? I mean,
that's mad. Just don't go.
I wouldn't, but I'd just go home.
Party, isn't it? No, I'm going at midnight.
Okay.
Wow.
Turn up, hopefully singing and dancing. I think we're going to score at least 3 today.
Great.
And concede fewer.
I agree.
Okay.
I agree with you. I think you win this game handsomely.
Good stuff. And despite the fact that we all don't like 8 o'clock Saturday night, we're very pleased that talkSPORT has the rights for the Saturday night.
Well, it'd be great on the radio. You're travelling around. Let's put a stick on your radio. No one wants to watch it on the TV.
If you're going to go, don't go. Just lie at home with your radio, lying on your stomach.
It's cold outside.
And listen to it. It's really cold. Just listen to the radio. Thanks, Chris.
Thanks,
Come on, you
Chris.
Spurs.
See you later. Come on, you Spurs.
Come on, you Spurs.
Chris Power was there.
Perhaps at the party they could have actually. Now Chris is gone. Perhaps at the party they could have put it on the radio for Chris, just over the speakers if there was a DJ.
Just put the party on. Oh yeah, just on the tannoy.
Just on the tannoy.
Just while the game's going on.
Do you mind if I have the Spurs Fulham game on?
Which? Oh no, I see. What at the party they put Spurs Fulham on?
Yeah.
Not. I thought you were saying at Tottenham Hotspur Stadium they put the party on the big screen.
No, that'd be too much.
That would be too much. I just like
the other way
just
around.
going up to someone saying, "Oh, and how do you know, Dave? Oh, really? Oh, that's not really okay. Yeah, no, what's it like to work with? Fine."
Parties are boring, aren't they, these days?
I've just talked myself out of ever going to a party again.
How do you know them? Oh, right, yeah, sure.
All right, yeah. Anyway, I've just got to go to the loo. Bored of this conversation. Just got to go.
Yeah. I'm just going to get a drink,
anyway.
actually. Can I get you anything? Okay,
just
see
gotta
you.
go. Oh, you don't want anything? Oh, that's fine. Yeah, sure, of course. There's always time for time difference. We'll do that next.
And welcome to talkSPORT Goals. We've been taking you through what should be another busy day of football. Chance to win it!
We don't need to do that, guys.
I'm going to owe you an apology. How would you get to that conclusion? That's a weak mentality.
Oh, get out of it.
Step up to the Oki and win on talkSPORT.
We are closing in on the talkSPORT Darts Presenter Trophy 2025. Now it's the third year. 8 of talkSPORT's biggest names go head-to-head. Ahead of the PDC World Darts Championship kickoff this year, you and a mate can be right there with us. You'll be the only members of the public allowed in because we don't like the public. Wednesday, the 10th of December in London, 2 seats, 2 insider passes. A true money can't buy experience for the ultimate talkSPORT fan. The very next day, you'll be heading to the opening day at the PDC World Darts Championship. We'll sort 2 nights hotel stay and £2,500 in cash. Charlie.
For your chance to win, text WIN to 83338. Text costs £2 plus your standard network rate, or call 0343 423 9761. Lines close 4 p.m. next Thursday. That's when you'll need to answer your phone if it rings. 18 plus, UK excluding Northern Ireland. So for your chance to win, text WIN to 83338 now. This is a network promotion. Full T's and C's at talksport.com.
Now, this text says, did we just listen to 5 minutes of Chris having a therapy session live on the radio? Football stresses, friendship anxiety. Next week, family pressure and Christmas worry. That's what football is.
Nice.
Anyway, let's go live to a chair near Charlie, because there is always time for time difference. And finally, here is your host, Reese Locke. Yes, welcome, Reese.
This is a huge moment for me, I'm not going to lie. This is like the second best feature in the warm-up multiverse behind Jolly Hockey Sticks.
Well, today
Thanks so much, Reese.
Jolly Hockey Sticks.
How does this game work? Today. Do you know or care, Reese?
I do know, and I do very much care. You two will be guessing goals from the week and what minute they went in, and whoever comes closest gets the fewest points, etc., etc.
What a good.
Is there a scorer?
There is a scorer. It's Jeff Peters in the centre.
Lovely. Hello, Jeff.
Welcome, Jeff.
A very good afternoon to you, boys. Max has won 5 in a row and 10 of the last 12.
And 2 spreads in a row.
Yeah, and leads 22-12 this year.
Thank you so much. Right, let's play. It's
a kids' game.
Our first goal comes from Tuesday night as Marseille beat Newcastle in the Velodrome, live on talkSPORT. But can you tell me, what minute did Pierre-Emerick Aubameyang seal the points for Marseille?
Bad hair, is that a question? Bad hair.
We start with Max.
Max, yeah.
Start with me?
Yeah.
Okay. He won it in the 62nd minute.
I think Charlie?
It's a bit later than that, 66th minute.
Here's how it sounded.
Goes in towards the near post, and it's Aubameyang again, getting across his marker and poking high above, poking into the net.
Good finish, right?
It was the 50th minute.
Oh, God.
Over to you, Jeff.
Wrong way, Regals. Charlie on 16, Max on 12. 4 in it, 4 to go.
Yeah.
Game on.
Game on.
Game on.
Game on.
I tell you what, Reese is good at this, Charlie, isn't he?
Really good at it. I think he's got the job. I think he's got the gig.
Might have the gig. Listen to that, Ellard.
Big fan of that. Second goal is from Wednesday night when the Arsenal battered Bayern Munich, live on talkSPORT. But can you tell me what minute did the teenage wunderkind Lennart Karl equalise for Bayern Munich?
Oh, what a goal that was.
We'll go with Charlie.
Charlie Baker. Yeah, well, I think it should go with me, Charlie Baker. Who scored the first one? Just tell me who scored the first goal for Arsenal, so I can picture
That's not the quiz.
That's not the quiz.
It's not the quiz.
The 39th minute.
Max?
I think it was a bit earlier than that. I'm not totally sure, though. I'm not totally confident. I'll go 30.
Let's hear how it sounded.
Centre circle and playing a high diagonal ball, a lovely ball to Gnabry, who steers it across. Lennart Karl, what a goal!
It was the 32nd minute.
Ooh,
over to you, Jeff.
Not bad.
Max,
good at this.
Max, 2 out onto 14. Charlie, 7 out onto 23. 9 is the gap.
Yeah, lovely.
Do you know what, Charlie?
What's that?
I feel like Reese has got such authority that I can't, interrupt him.
I know, and he was using words like wunderkind.
Yeah.
Things like that.
I just feel
maybe
like
they're learning.
It's his quiz.
Maybe these two flannelettes are finally learning.
Why is Jeff not in vision? I find it a bit creepy when Jeff's in vision.
Because do you know why? Because he's naked.
Hurry up, guys.
Normally he is. Got his guns out.
Come on. Reese, we don't have time for this. Get on with it.
We're going to goal 3, and it's Strasbourg 2, Crystal Palace 1 from Thursday night's Europa Conference League action, live on talkSPORT 2. But can you tell me what minute did the Strasbourg captain Emmanuel Omega score Strasbourg's equaliser?
Yes, I can. 29th minute.
Charlie?
Liam Rossini, of course, ex-Torquay, we all know that. Shot us to League 2 glory.
It's your own time you're wasting, mate.
Yeah, okay. Well, it's not really, because I'm being paid till...
This is very true.
1 o'clock.
And then 2 till 6.
And then 2 till 6, Virgin Radio. Thanks, Jeff. Never miss a goal, never miss a
It's only
beat.
1 till 2 where you're not being paid to do.
Exactly, yeah.
Flannel's back.
Don't say a word.
I've lost my thread.
I said the 29th.
You said the 29th minute. I think you're about right. 33rd minute.
Let's hear how it sounded.
Into the penalty area, looks for the far post, and there's the equaliser. Steered in by Emmanuel Amiga.
It's the 53rd minute.
Ooh.
No idea.
Over to you, Jeff.
Emmanuel Amiga 500. That's what I used to have one of those. Sensible soccer.
So Max is 24 minutes out with that guess. So he's on to 38. Charlie, 20 minutes out, on to 43.
Not bad.
5 is the gap.
Not bad,
Five
is it? Not
is
a bad
the gap
game.
with
5
2
is the gap. Not
to
bad
go.
time differencing, is it?
Oh, okay. Come on then.
Next goal is from Oxford 2, Ipswich 1 last night on talkSPORT 2. But can you tell me what minute did Placheta win the game for Oxford?
Me or Max?
It's you,
Charlie.
77th minute.
64th minute.
Let's hear how it sounded.
And here's Shemi Buaheta. Buaheta in goal side. 2-1 Oxford.
Yeah.
That's how you say his name. It was the 77th minute.
There it is.
Direct
So
hit.
it's a direct hit, takes it back to 0-0 because Charlie was trailing. Although it would have been better, actually. You would have been leading by 8. It would have been 51-43.
You cheat
with
by
Charlie
checking the scores.
But it's 0-0. So it's a 1-goal shooting on the final
Did you
one.
check the scores
I checked the Oxford scores because I have friends who are Oxford United fans. So
you can't check the scores.
All right, you're not allowed to know.
Can't do research.
Not allowed to know the scores.
Okay,
Not
I apologise.
Here we go. Still 0-0. Who's going
GT.
first? Who's going first then?
It will be Max who goes first.
Good luck, Max.
Okay,
And
fine.
our final goal comes from last Saturday lunchtime's live talkSPORT commentary of Burnley 0, Chelsea 2. But can you tell me what minute did Pedro Neto open the scoring for the Blues?
Let me remember that goal. Oh, yeah, I remember that goal. 22.
Charlie?
Which game was it?
Burnley 0, Chelsea 2 from last lunchtime. Flannel's definitely back, isn't it?
Burnley 0, Chelsea. Oh, yeah, it's Pedro Neto. I know that goal. Yeah.
You've got to be one either way.
Yeah,
so
I know
it's-
that, Jeff. Thank you. Yeah.
The new quiz is say 21 or 23.
Yeah.
That's what this quiz
21.
Past the goalkeeper, and Dubravka is beaten.
That's 37, mate.
Okay, not to worry.
So Max wins 6 in a row.
We all
It's
enjoyed
11
it.
in 13.
We all enjoyed it.
Congratulations to Max. What a waste of 15 minutes.
Waste of 15 minutes.
Thanks,
Reece-
Jeff. Thanks,
was
Reece.
excellent.
Thanks, Charlie. Reece, you were really good.
Thank you,
Love
mate.
everybody. Love Travis Perkins. Adrian Darrell.
Bowling
next.
Trav.
Have a lovely day.